Black African power. What's good? What's happening? Black African power. What's good? What's good? What's happening? A well-organized lie. A well-organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time. A well-organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woo-hoo-wee, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's God killing the house. And I come to do what I got to do, and I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm standing tall. I'm standing strong. Hey, Bobby banging this bitch. What's good, family? What it do? What it do? What it do? Man, let the people come up in the building, man. You know how we got it going right now, man. This conversation is always needed, man. In the age where racism seems to be promoted at levels too high, it should be too high for all of our comfortabilities. Since the theory of evolution pushed forward in the mainstay of science, there was a platform that intellectuals could stand on and give the scientific reasons on why this and why that, on why all humans are 99.99 the same. This is what the literature says. I say again, all humans are 99% the same. This is important because there's going to be a lot of trickology there. All right. There's going to be a lot of foolery there. It's going to be a lot of information that is wild. So let me get a source for that before we even dig in. All right. See, what source did I want to use to verify my point here? So there's a lot of conversations going on, a lot of misinformation, a lot of support for misinformation, a lot of support for just the complete nonsense. And you know, we gotta be to just get up out of that, man. All right. Yeah, because if we don't get out of that, man, you know, we're in trouble as humans, man. Yeah, the arbitrary skin color thing, the arbitrary hair texture, the arbitrary, that's yeah, man. If we don't get out of that, man, we in for it, man. 99.99 the same, bro. Let me see. Find a good source for y'all, man, because it's just like it's seeming like open season on ignorance. Seriously, man. And I ask myself sometime why I do what I do. You know what I mean? For real. Let me see. I want a good one. American Academy. Let me see. Find something real good, man. Did the people come up in the building, man? I know. I appreciate the ones that's here, man. Y'all could be anywhere else, man. It's gonna be a lively conversation, man. Gonna open the panel, man. A lot of people talk that talk, but they definitely can't walk that walk, and that's real. Okay. Yeah, they can't. They can't. Let me see. Let people come up in here, man, so we can get this thing going right. It's important because at this point, people will say anything. Mm-hmm. I think I want, let me see. I want something that y'all can kind of stick y'all teeth into and go back and show it to your family members. I'm gonna drop this for y'all right here. All right, Smithsonian Institute. Okay, it'll be a good one for y'all. And this one is genetics, one species living worldwide, human skin color variations, ancient DNA. Okay. I'm gonna put this in the chat for y'all. Man, go ahead and put it in your folder, in your community skeptic folder, man. All right. Put that in there for y'all. Get that going. Clean these glasses off, man, before we get the thing litty up in here. Get it litty. Get it litty, man. See if we can take this conversation, man. Let the people come up in the building first and foremost. Okay? In the building first and foremost. California Institute. Mm-hmm. I don't want to get into the relationship between chimpanzees. I don't want to get into that. I think this will be a good one right here. All right. We're going to come to National Human Genome Research. All right. Going to talk about what are genetics. All right. And genomics. All right. Why are genetics and genomics important to my health? Let me see. Disease, a lot of those stuff that a lot of things we'll be using to talk about the African continent and stuff. These genetic studies, man, they're really trying to figure out how disease affected the early populations and how what can we do to combat it. So hold on. Let me see. This should be here. 1 second. Jane, let me see. Can I get right to this point, man? All right, man. Jamal Milton, how you doing? Vanessa, let me see. Valicia, Black Panther, what's up with you? Joel, I see you, man. What's going on with you? All right, hold on. I'm gonna get this thing to cooking right. I just need to find it. Where is it? Let me see, man. Where is it at there? Man, good gracious. Oh man. Let me drop this source for y'all. All right. I'm gonna drop this for y'all. Put this in the chat for y'all. Got 17,000 people in the building, yo. You know, it's Friday, man. Y'all getting something to eat. Y'all doing whatever y'all doing, man. We're gonna have a good one tonight. Let the people get in here, man. I don't want to start too soon, man. And you know, I appreciate everybody in the building. Okay. We drop the links in the server.
Theory for
y'all gotta listen
because
to yourselves
their
sometime when
harsh
y'all be
environment
talking.
made them the smartest beings, right? Right, Sunshine?
You gotta listen to
Or
yourself
is it the
sometime, bro.
people? Or is it the people in the rainforest? Because that environment is harsh. Those mosquitoes will tear your ass up. So that's where the super intelligence must be, because that's the harshest environment.
You in here cooking?
Their evolution is on fleek.
Hey, I can warm up with some shit.
You in there in the server cooking? Hey,
Hey,
when y'all finishing here, come on through. When y'all finish in the server,
All
stop
right,
through.
I'm gonna slide over there.
When y'all finish,
Gonna slide.
again they stuck. All right, hold on. So, all right, my first source is. Did you know that at the base pair level, your genome is 99.9% the same as all humans around you? See, it's right there. And let's deal with this part. But in that 0.1% difference are many of the things that make you unique. Question mark. We have learned that people's genome differ from each other in all sorts of ways. Those differences in your DNA help to determine what you look like and what your risks might be as various diseases, but your genome doesn't entirely define you. It just doesn't. All right. So those differences that you see are mostly in the way we look. Okay. And this has caused a lot of problems. Hold on. Man. Man, I wonder if y'all heard that or not. What's going on, Juju? How you doing, man? Juju. Pseudo Kill Official. When did y'all hear what I was reading? That thing probably just went out. That was crazy. Mike got too many daggone tabs. So, man, let's get this thing kicked off right, man. Appreciate everybody that came through, man. And let's go ahead and get this party started right, man. Get the ignorance away from us.
Bobby Banger from the block, seen it all raw, tough. Streets of Baltimore where survival's always rough. Joined the Marines fighting for a life he could save. But back in the hood, he felt like a runaway slave. Started an army, not of guns but of wisdom. I'm a rock squad, truth the anthem, we ain't just a God killer. Bobby Banger on his path for the truth. Empower the people, give them wisdom as the proof. Black power rising, knowledge shines like a light. He's fighting for the future, ready to ignite. Selling drugs on the corner just to put food on plates, but deep in his heart, he knew he had greater fates. From the traps to the lab, he fights ignorance raw, teaching evolution while shaking up the law. The real black atheist is changing the game, waking up minds, never the same. God killer Bobby Banger on his path for the truth, empower the people.
Man, look, we back in the building, man. Look, man, like I said before, on the base pair level, your genome is 99.99% the same to all the humans around you. That 0.1% difference are many of the things that make you unique, huh? Or does it really? Peace to you, Ron. I see you. Gary, I see you. Slim Bay, what's going on with you, man? We in it, man. It's Atheist Friday, and we in the daggone building, man. Make sure when you come up here, don't be cussing. Yeah, they be gigging you for cussing. I swear they do. Did that building stack up a little bit? We be having lively discussions in the daggone server. A lot of misinformation flying through the air. Boy, I swear. I be like, come on, man. So there was a piece that I wanted to bring, but y'all know what time it is, though. It's Atheist Friday. I'll definitely take time out my busy day to show y'all that the God y'all was raised with, based off of human affairs, ain't the only daggone gods. And so we come to a list of deities by cultural sphere. It's right here. North Africa, you got Berber deities. You got Egyptian deities. Sub-Saharan Africa, got the Loa. Read all of them. Even got Afro-American religion. Why is it in our minds that we think that when we talk about gods, we don't think about the gods, we only think about the God we was raised with? It must be an implant. The Isuet deities. Man, you can't. Hold on, I had a picture on it. Let's see. That's those native religions in Alaska, right? This is the only one most people know. Look, and give the most reverence and respect to. Look, you got Southern Asia. Hold on, let me get right here. This is the one y'all was raised on. You can't get it out your head. Right here. Elohim and the Abrahamic religions. See, this is what y'all was raised on right here. It's right here, the Elohim. Right here, Elohim. See? Right here. This is what it is in Hebrew. See? Y'all was raised on this right here. Elohim. They read it from left to right. My fault, from right to left. L. So you said L right there. Elohim. All right? Right there. This was y'all was raised on. And you can't get your mind out of it. Interesting. But I would like to say that this particular deity has the same value as all the other deities. The purpose they serve is cultural. Say it again. The purpose they serve is cultural. Persia got the Persian deities. Proto-Indo-Iranian religions. It's all here for you. Anglo-Saxon deities. The list of Northern gods. I like that. Odin and the boys. Germanic paganism. The indigenous religion. The ancient Germanic peoples. Yeah, y'all, you throw it all in. That's not possible. You throw it all in the trash for the Elohim. What mode of thinking are we actually in? I'm trying to get you to see that all these deities are just that. They're deities. Come on, man. Why are they doing that? They just that. The deities carve out geography. All right. Let's see. Hold on one sec. Man, goodness gracious. Boy, I tell you. 1 second. All right. Hey man, look, appreciate the cash app, man. Carlos, man, that's some love right there early in the game, yo. Appreciate that. That's early in the game. Appreciate that already. All right. Yeah, we're gonna get it cooking up. So the question is, why, what when we thinking, you know, ask the question, you gnostic to the no, I'm not gonna. I probably even said that wrong. Y'all know what the hell I mean. Agnostic. Agnostic. Are you that to this? Lord of the dead, Osiris. They're all deities. I place no value, no higher or lower value on any of them. They serve their purpose in communities, and you would have to ask the people in those communities, what purpose did they have? What it was, what it was they did. You definitely don't want to talk about the African deities. That's a no-no because they make the African deities cursed. So mentally, whenever you start hearing traditional African religions, okay, in all 8 different forms, Bambara, Bahumino, the Homie, all the different deities. So the mental stress that was placed on you with these African deities, yo, you start thinking you cursed. You hear the word voodoo, they've used it in a certain way where there's some fear behind that almost, where you practicing that black magic. Mental. Take all the positivity out of it. You literally got to get into the religion and study it to put the positivity back in it. And even with that, you better not say that too loud around your family. But those traditional African religions did not go around the world and conquer those worlds. They just didn't do it. Okay? And so we talk about the Elohim. We talk about the Jesus Christ, the Christian God. The point I'm making here is that humans will believe any damn thing. And so this is definitely Atheist Friday. I want to let y'all know that I'm putting no extra nothing. They all the same to me. They represent culture. They represent how you define cultures. They represent the originality in the cultures. They represent how cultures change over time to switch religions and how they mix the religions. They all have geographical reasons to them. So for instance, if I go here, all right, they have geographical reasons placed on them and they have timestamps placed on them because you can tell when the culture came into being. So if we come here to the Abrahamic faiths, right? In other cases, Elohim acts as the ordinary plural, Elo, reference to polytheistic notion of multiple gods. Man, you shall have no other gods before me. Anyway, but where is this is name of God in Judaism? Where is Judaism located at? Let's see. Let's see if they give you, let me see right here if they give you like a locale real quick. Hold on. Grammar, Canaanite religion. The word El, remember I said Elohim is a standard term for God in Aramaic, Paleo-Hebrew, and other related Semitic languages, including the Ugaritic. The Canaanite pantheon of gods was known as Elim, the Ugaritic equivalent of Elohim, Baal, Asherah. That's Asherah. Some scholars hold that Yahweh and Asherah were a consort pair in ancient Israel and Judah, while others disagree. So all this is up for debate, but one thing's for sure, let's see. Want to find out the locale. See if I can find something on here to tell you where the locale at. Y'all already know where it's at. Oh man, 1 second. Yeah, man, this phone keeping. All right, hold on, man. Dang. So we know where the land of Canaan at. We know where the Israel and all that at is all in one area, man. Come on, man. And I just want y'all to kind of understand it's the Elohims. That's interesting. If we was to pull up a daggone map, yo, you can give the region. You can actually look at a map and give the region where all these at. So this is what they term as in the area considered to be the Middle East. All right. And then you can look at the cultures and see when they start and put a date on it. The same with the Nile Valley. The deities coming out of the Nile Valley, you can put a time stamp on that. Right. And as the culture get older, the names start to fade because you don't have written record of it. But it's definitely geographical markers assigned to deities. It's assigned to a culture. The point I'm making is assigned to a culture. So we've accepted cultures, have no choice, and part of the acceptance of culture by way of slavery. And I'm not just talking about the African slavery. There's many people who have been enslaved during time, right? And they're forced to take on the deities. It's just the way it is, yo. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. Matter of fact, they had something for you in ancient Greece. Let me show you what they had for you in ancient Greece. This is what they had for you in ancient Greece. So if we come to the history of atheism, this is what they did for you in ancient Greece to show you how this thing was going down. All right. Classical Greece and Rome. In Western classical antiquity, theism was the fundamental belief that supported the legitimacy of the state. All right. Later, the Roman Empire, the polis. Make sure I'm saying that right. The polis. Yeah, polis. Later, the Roman Empire. Basically, this is how things operated anywhere in the ancient world, period. Historically, any person who did not believe in any deity supported by the state was fair game for accusations of atheism. So I'm not going to go that far with the other ancient cultures, but I'll go far enough to say that the deities legitimized the daggone clan and tribe. You told them. All right? This is part of the whole psyche here. And it's important to understand this stage in human development, because this is definitely stages in human development, because I'm going to get into empirical data and how that started to shine through and how it started to shift in the way people was thinking and how it actually took steps to get to those shifts. You don't just dive out the water and start eliminating your senses. No, you don't. You use your senses to your own death. Senses aren't very, very, very good when it comes to dealing with science. That's counterintuitive. Historically, any person who did not believe in any deity supported by the state was fair game for accusations of atheism, a capital crime. I mean, they could kill you for it. Yeah, they was going far in Rome and Greece. God dang. Charges of atheism, meaning subversion of religion, were often used similarly to charges of heresy. Now, y'all heard that term before, right? Christianity, heresy, and impiety as a political tool to eliminate the enemies. Early Christians were widely reviled as atheists. That's stunning. Because they did not practice the cults of the Greco-Roman gods. During the Roman Empire, Christians were executed for their rejection of the pagan deities in general, and the empirical cult of ancient Rome in particular. When Christianity became the Roman state religion under Theodosius I, in 380, heresy became the punishable offense. Man. So as you get into philosophy, particularly Western philosophy, you start to see these shifts. You start to see the early shift in what they would call I would say, the Rhine mathematical papyri and in particular, the medical papyri. All right. That's starting to see a shift there. And the shift is that they're trying to look at the thing I'm about to read. Hold on, let me get, hold on, where is this at? 1 second. So the Rhine mathematical papyrus and the Edwin Smith medical papyrus, right? And you starting to get a shift, particularly because let me read this real fast, right? Then I'll get back to the other thing I want to read this up on the screen. All right. I'm trying to show you the cultural shifts here and getting to the point where I want to get y'all to. You didn't just dive there, right? And so based off this reference right here, this reference book, the Edwin Smith papyrus was written in ancient Egyptian script 1900 BCE to maybe 1600 BCE. It's the earliest medical literature consisting of 48 case histories. It describes the conditions and diagnosis of treatment. Now here it go right here. Look, in a rational and systematic way. First of all, anybody talking about people in Africa don't got the genes for intelligence or claim there is a intelligent gene, you die right there. And we can show you this all over Africa and all over Asia. And just humans, period, because we share genes. That's what makes us, that's the consistency and the variety. That's why I read that 99.99 all humans are the damn same. So we transfer genes, in case y'all don't know, through the act of sex. All right? A human being does not stand in the middle of the air or stand up in the middle of the ground and start to mutate. That's some foolery right there. That ain't what happened. Okay? All right. For your genes to carry on, you must participate in the act of sex with the opposite sex. To continue your genes moving to the next generation. Evolution does not occur in an individual, it occurs in the overall population. I'm gonna say it again. You should think about this. Evolution does not occur in the individual. It occurs in the population. So we're talking about this rational thought. I'm getting somewhere. You can read it right here. With philosophy. We know the ancient Egyptians had an ancient Egyptian philosophy. And there's Greek philosophy. And we understand that philosophy is a precursor to science. Egyptian philosophy and African philosophy predate Western philosophy. I won't tell you about it, but it does. The roots of Western philosophy began in the Greek world in the 6th century. All right. The Hellenistic philosophers were not atheists, but they attempted to explain, here come, the world in terms of the process of nature instead of by methodological accounts. Basically, they was trying to describe the world in a rational goddamn way. Because if you think Pegasus is flying through the air, that's irrational. If you think Jesus Christ is walking across water, that is definitely irrational. If you think a human is sticking out a staff and sticking it in water and open up the sea for a group of individuals to walk out with the stolen goods that they took from the spot from Egypt. Yeah, they took the gold. Yeah, they stole it. And they walked out. Over a couple million people overnight. If you think that occurred, that's not rational. So at the 6th century BCE, these Greeks are starting to get rational. But at 1900 BCE, right, I clearly show you a papyrus that shows for the first time in human history being recorded rational thought. Come on, yo, we cooking with hot grease. And I'm going to drop that link because I know I got my detractors. Mythological account, it say, thus lightning was a result of wind breaking out and parting the clouds. And the earthquakes occurred when the earth is considerably altered by heating and cooling. The early philosophers often criticized traditional religious notion. Atheist, how you say his name? Hold on. I'm going to put it right here. One of them Greek names. Xenophanes. Is that the name, really? Thought it was something else. Xenophanes, in the 6th century BCE, famously said, this is funny, famously said that if cows and horses had hands, then horses would draw the forms of the gods like horses, and cows like cows. You get it? Humans draw the gods look like them. Y'all get that, right? And as Anaxagoras, other philosophers, Anaxagoras in the 5th century BCE claimed that the sun was a fiery mass larger than the Paleolithians. A charge of impiety was brought against him, and he was forced to flee Athens. So they was chasing your ass out. You got to go, son. You said what? They did the same thing to Socrates. For political reasons, Socrates was accused of being an atheist, refusing to acknowledge the gods recognized by the state. The Athenian public associated Socrates with the trends in pre-Socratic philosophy towards naturalistic inquiry. Naturalistic, that's a word for y'all. So you go from the Greek philosophers to the naturalists. Charles Darwin was a naturalist. Reasoning, 1900 BCE, written, recorded in the medical papyrus, where you ain't attributing magical things to cures. Rational thought here. So when we start to talk about the upkick in racism based off of non-scientific literature, we can go to the daggone early papyri to clearly show that, in truth, on the continent of Africa, you find people being rational, at least recording. I know it'll go back before then, but when we can sink our teeth into it and say, man, they're not shaking the leaves in the air thinking somebody gonna get cured. Now, they hadn't quite got there yet, though, because on the next page of the papyrus, they throw some spells there. But for that section where they giving you rational thought, they don't got no gods and deities there. And they hadn't quite got there yet. But I want to show you that even in trying to break away and get the reason, right, there's a step to get there. You don't just dive off the thing and be rational. Same thing with y'all trying to come to this side of understanding science. You ain't gonna just dive there, yo. It's gonna take you step by step by step. That's why y'all need to drive the server. We had these conversations. Lamar Pope, I see you. Connect Energy, I see you. Scarb Chronicles, I see you. Trying to show you that you don't just understand nature like that. The boom, I understand. That's not how it go. It's all steps. Simple. Oh, it ain't simple. But you ain't diving to write no damn papyrus trying to make some, you gonna get in your own way. You're gonna start believing that the leaves do this and do that. No, it's over time you get to that step. They couldn't quite break away. You don't get the serious break, right, from that until you start to get to the age of enlightenment. But there's a period where science has to be transmitted, and I'm talking about pre-science here. The House of Wisdom, right? These Greeks, you got the House of Wisdom, you get the Greeks, you get the Muslims, they all come together and they start to bring forth scientific ideas. And then you get the Age of Enlightenment. All this is coming out of Africa. Is a trail, right? So we right here with the naturalists, right? Inquiry and a rejection of divine explanations for phenomenon. This is important, right? Socratic philosophy towards the naturalist inquiry and rejection of divine explanations and phenomenon. So I talk about the medical papyri, Edwin Smith medical papyri, where they trying to get rational for the first time in human history. And then later on, a whole lot later on, 600 BCE, you start to see these Greek philosophers. This is important. All right. Y'all should read this. It's a great read for y'all. All right. Great read. Let me drop the link for y'all. Hold on. Good gracious, man. My son. All right. Man. All right. So I want to take you from deities to starting to, when man start to have rational thoughts, right? You ain't just go from straight rationality. You know what I mean? You had to incorporate some rationality with your damn deities. It's a step to get there. One full-blown atheist. Now, don't get me wrong, don't speak in absolutes. I'm pretty sure there was a lot of people in those communities just didn't believe that nonsense. I'm sure of it. But we're talking about having the ability to start to say, well, now I want to be able to take a certain plant, right, and put that plant in a position where it can help, the healing on something, right? Or I want to have a technique involved where I can repeat that technique over and over again and, stop the bleeding or whatever, you know what I'm saying, without calling on the daggone gods all the time. This is some of the time we want to do it, right? And by the time you get to Greece, they start killing you for doing it. But they was extreme with it. You was dying for acting like it wasn't Zeus that brought the thunder and the lightning, bro. Remember the Greek philosophers? We didn't quite understand why the Greek philosophers, one after another, was actually, hold on. Diop's actually has it in his book. So I know most y'all ain't even read that. Do I got that one? I know I got that one right here. This is interesting because it's in Diop's work. And he says one after one, it was locking you up. Damn, man, I would like to get that. Hey, Juju, where you at, Juju? You know I need some help here. I got nobody to joke with. Let me see. Let me see if I can find this for y'all, because it's definitely a Diop's book. I'm gonna always throw some of the elders up in there, man, because that's how I got to it. I got it. That's how I actually got to it, yo, by using some of the elders in there, yo. That's how I got to my atheism. So let me see. I think page 2. Oh, maybe this is it. No. Oh man. Let me see. No. Let me see. Oh. 225. No. Hold on. Oh, I think. Can I get to it? 235. Okay. Page 335. Diop's work. Let me see. Stop right there. All right. Let me make sure I give y'all this link right here. All right. Talking about how they was killing people for it. for trying to bring forth rational thought. Use your life for it. Yeah. Boy, they went hard, didn't they? That's hard right there. You done went super hard, yo. Let me see. Big up to Dr. Ben too, yo. He in the they put one of his books in the Metropolitan Museum, yo. You may say that's funny. Why they do that? I didn't say they put it in there because they thought it was the most scientific book ever produced. Right, but it's part of the legacy to get the Black community on par. And it's also part of the legacy of fighting Europeans that was mischaracterizing African culture, yo. So there was a fight there. And sometimes we forget that fight and disrespectful manners and disrespect, what they had to go through and make it seem like they should have known more than they should have known. It's crazy as hell, but they knew enough, right? Let me see, can I find this right here? Let me see. God damn it. Let me see. Oh, shoot. All right, 1 sec. Let me see if I can get, let me see. Can I get to page 334? Maybe not. I ain't gonna get that far. Damn it. So I do it off the cuff. Page 335. Science was in the hands of and developed by a body in service to the state with which it was born. The clergy, a source of science in Egypt, and the state that it serves can therefore not enter into conflict for the sake of science or anti-intellectualism. Satiritism, as in continental Greece, in Athens, where Anaxagoras, Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle were all sentenced to death, or almost were, because they taught scientific ideas received from Egypt and well ahead of the local institutions. I'm going to say this again. I don't particularly agree with all that. That they got all the science of Egypt. That's not, you can't verify that. You can verify they got some things from it. You can verify that the Greeks went to different areas and was taking stuff from ancient civilizations. While the Egyptian religion, Aristotle were all sentenced to death, or almost was, because they taught scientific ideas received from Egypt as well, and well ahead of the local institutions. While the Egyptian religion engendered science, the Athenian religion tradition persecuted itself for science of Egyptian origin. And this very special situation explains the difference in the compared evolution of Egyptian and Greek societies. What's up, Juju? I see Miss Tiffany starting stuff. Put a 1 in there if you're atheist. Put a 1 in there and then put a 2 on the fence.
Get him, Miss Tiffany.
In the fence and struggling. Put a 2 in there if you're on the fence. That means you're struggling. I'm telling you, I'm gonna tell you, you're struggling. Shit. What's up, Juju? How you doing?
Trying to take care of business. You in my workout hour.
I know. I thought you could run on the treadmill while you talking. That's how they do it.
I probably could, but I haven't figured out how to set the links up on the iPad first. Yeah, y'all gonna.
Oh, we got some ones in there now. The ones is cooking. Yeah, they cooking. SCT, dreams make me a 2. What? Y'all funny. So we cooking right now, though, Juju. Can you agree? Where's everybody? They in the server? They still in the server, ain't they?
I don't know where they at.
In the server.
I don't know where they at. What they doing?
No, they ain't in the server no more. They gone out of there. Died. I ain't dropped a link for nobody to be nowhere. But I think I'm doing it. Where you think we at? Are you getting to where I'm at? I'm showing you transitions.
Yeah, I get you. I like the point that you brought up about, some of the early Christians, how they would be considered atheists. Like I think that's a counterintuitive thing. And talking about when humans started really rationalizing, I think that those are important points, the rationalizing of thought, right? And then also showing the steps, the process that leads to, science as we know it today. And
it's right. You don't just, that's my point. Right? You had to, I'm talking about modern science. I ain't talking about the early, you know what I'm saying?
Modern science, not proto or none of that.
It started to be like a like you can't mix that up like that, yo. To be rational for real, yo. I'm not sure. It's almost like we live in a world that requires you to be rational all day, every day now. Because there's so much stuff coming at us.
Correct.
Right? We hear the irrationality in people's thought when you talk about feminism, right? And then people call you something, right? You say, well, I'm a feminist too, right? You say you're feminist because I said that. You need to look it up, really. You're just saying you support, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Kinetic energy, what's up? Yeah, you just basically saying I'm supporting women and their rights. Rational thinking, right? Ain't that rational? Like you can't be the only one that supports. You need to help.
That's rational right? Thinking.
That's rational.
Why wouldn't you want to support your women so they can have the same standards that you do? Well, I mean, what are we doing here? We going back to suffrage? Is that what we're doing? Yeah.
All right, we got a guest on the panel. What's up, Kinetic Energy? What's good?
What up,
you got that heart and dove out. What's up with you? How you doing?
Peace, y'all.
How you doing?
Yeah, that's Kinetic Energy.
Listening in.
All right. Appreciate you stopping through. First time you hit the panel, right?
No, I've been on the panel before.
Okay.
He's first time he's cammed up, I think.
Okay.
Maybe twice. Maybe the second time I've seen him cammed up.
What's on your mind? You got a question while we flowing or what? What's up? Or you just listen?
No.
Okay.
No, just finishing up some paper for school.
Okay. What you doing in school? What you doing?
Carlito
I'm an anthropologist.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'm an anthropologist.
Okay. All right. Yeah. How you like? What year you in? Where you at?
I am in my sophomore year, and I finished up my electives my first year, and I just began my major studies now, which is anthropology. Introduction to anthropology.
Yeah, I love anthropology. I feel like that's the best way to tell people history, man, is through anthropology. That's my feeling on it, right? I know early anthropology. Yeah. Oh, you got you ain't the only one holding a big book.
Hold on, not for nothing. You see this name right here, Fuentes. Where's Fuentes? See Fuentes?
Yep, I see that.
If you're familiar with that name, and you're familiar with the Bobo South African caves.
Yeah, Bloom. How you say it? I say Bloom blocks. I probably been messing over years. Boom boom. How you say it? Bloom blocks.
It's pronounced differently.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
In Europe, it's pronounced. In Africa, it's pronounced by South Africans, and over here, it's pronounced. But no one will judge you on that nomenclature. We're familiar with it. But Fuentes was with Lee Berger, studying Homo habilis. Exciting studies, man. So, but yeah, that name I just wanted to say that this is our textbook for class, and that's thorough as shit that the textbook source, one of the authors of the textbook from the school sources itself to one of the most groundbreaking discoveries in South Africa with Lee Berger, man. Lee Berger. Good stuff, man.
That's good stuff.
Hey, so
That's
you know,
good
look,
stuff.
you know what's funny? I already had it pulled up. Look. For
Let me
the
see. Let me
days.
see.
Look.
What you got?
See, I already had it.
Blombo. Okay, Blombos.
I already had that.
Mhm.
I've been
Yeah.
talking about this for at least 10 years. Okay, because
You
there's a
were
lot
just
going.
talking
There's a
about
lot
this a
going
couple
on.
days ago.
Huh?
You were just talking about the caves a couple days ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bloomberg. Yeah.
it's some significant things that's going on, man. I'm glad I'm gonna get that textbook you got too, yo. What's the name of that one, yo? I need
This
to get that.
is
I know it's anthropology.
Or who's the publisher?
Oxford asking. It's anthropology asking questions about human origins. I'm not sure if you can get our textbooks online.
You can. Tell me who the
Yes, I can.
publisher is, though. Look inside of the cover.
Anthropology, what?
It says
Asking questions.
Oxford up here. What is it right
So
here?
Oxford is the publisher. What does it say again? Asking questions about what?
Human origin and diversity.
Human origins, diversity, and culture. Yes.
Yeah, textbook. No, that's Robert Lewis. No, maybe that's the wrong one. Let me see. Robert Lewis. Yep.
Yeah, it says
Right
textbook by Robert Lewis Welch.
Welch. Yeah, this is the 3rd edition. Make sure you get the 3rd edition.
Got it.
This is 2024, y'all.
Yeah, I need
Got
that.
it.
Yeah, you know, I've been rocking out the old one on purpose.
Yeah. So you know, we have some updated stuff.
24 edition. They have it on PDF also.
Oh, nice.
It's on Amazon. You can get it, Bobby Banger. Oxford University Press. Anthropology.
Not this one.
Asking
This ain't
questions
the
about
one.
human
Ask questions.
origins.
This one right here. This one.
2024.
That's it. Lewis.
And then you can get it from Oxford University Press for $50.
Nice.
Not bad.
It's about what I
I'm gonna get to use. You said the third. You got to use the 3rd edition, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go to 2024. That's what I put in.
I'm not sure if Fuentes
I got you.
is linked to the 2nd edition. He may be. I'm not sure.
Fuentes right here. Look, am I saying it right? Augustine Fuentes.
Yes.
Author.
Yeah, 3rd edition.
Yes.
He's on there.
Fuentes has work in the field. His name rings bells.
Fuentes. Thank you for adding that to the discourse, man. I appreciate that. Fuentes.
Facts.
Appreciate you, Unc, man. You know, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, man.
At least I know I ain't lost my mind. See? See what I'm saying? See?
Yeah, I always try to make it known in the chat. For people, for detractors. When Unc's on the mic and you see Unc up here talking about anthropology and science, I need for the people listening to understand from a student in class as we speak on a paper, Unc's to the archaeological record, man. Outside of what Professor Dave and and what's his name, Aaron Ra, this is where it is, man. Bro, Unc, man, you got it.
Wow.
And best believe, Unc, if there was ever a derailment, I'd be in the chat like, wait, Unc, wait, hold on, Unc. Let me run this by my professor. Because she don't play any games, bro. Oh my God. Man. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. You said if it was any development there, you'd be on my head. That's right. Absolutely. And you know what? I ain't even mad though, because that's gonna help me grow. See, that's the beauty of science. So what I would like to say is that I know as you traverse through class, right? Where modern anthropology is, based off my knowledge and wisdom on the subject, they're trying to allow the indigenous cultures tell their story, right? Either through their written literature or through their artifacts. Do I have that correct?
Culture anthropology. Yes.
Culture anthropology, right? Culture anthropology.
We're dealing with linguistics, archaeology. Right. But yeah, culture anthropology. That's not. I'm more biology. So,
right. Gotcha.
Biological anthropology. So, but yes, that is the perspective, the aim, the lens, of cultural anthropology. Yes, sir.
It's the name. So I always felt like it was wrong for us to place our biases on those ancient people and define them the way we see our lenses through our lens. I always felt like that's not genuine. That's not that's not what the field is. They used to do that, make all type of determinations off that and say, well, you got a God or God, and just put their own baggage on them. So I think now the field is moved, and it just makes sense. Allow the indigenous people to tell a story through their artifacts, and if they don't got a written language, then they got artifacts. You know, I know it's hard to look at certain things and totems and small archaeological pieces to really get it together, but that's the best mode. And based off conversations I have with other experts, man, yeah, that's always the best way to go. And I mean, so people like Dr. Ben and them, you know, they was fighting just to try to get people back to Africa. Right? They made a lot of daggone mistakes, no formal training, a whole lot of mistakes, but it was certain things they understood. So I feel like that it's our job, right, to go to school if you can, like you're doing. I think that's important, right? And then get the tools so we can come back, man, and get the story right, man, across the board, man. It's important to have specifically, I would like to say African Americans need to go get it. Okay.
The field's ready, man. The field needs it.
It's
man.
ready. They right.
Yeah.
I might just jump out there one day.
You know, my class, my class. I think it's 33 of us in this semester. I'm gonna be real with you, man. I think there's only two black girls, 2 African American girls, and I think there's a girl from the Caribbean who's the sisters are actually going at high levels. But out of 33, only I think there might be 1 African American. So that's just an example right now. This is my class right now. It's just an example. So, man, these topics are in our discussions, man. You know?
Wow. So I don't know why. Well, I mean, it is what it is, man. Maybe we like to get it. We like to get it from the dirt sometimes, not from the dirt, but just from the outside. My thing is, I want to shift the community from just listening to anybody. That was my thing. I wanted the people to start take the lenses off and go to where the experts was. We had a bad taste in our mouth, and I understand why, because of early Egyptology, and that's really where all the kind of the anthropology and stuff kind of started. And you know, with those skulls, like, you know, so I was actually getting to this, right? I was getting to Knox and Samuel and them, right? That's in the early fields. I'm gonna get to that tonight, right?
Samuel in Mesopotamia.
Mesopotamia, and they start Mesopotamia, and then they in Egypt, and that's when they start to get those with Samuel. The father of scientific racism right here. They get those skulls out of there.
Oh, that's Morton.
That's Morton. That's Samuel Morton and them. That's his book right here. Crania Egyptica.
Right.
Crania Egyptica. All right. And so they just diving in there, and you know, they making it up as they go. That's where the field started at. You know what I mean? And it gave credence to scientific racism. So we want to kind of move down to that. All right, so I think I made enough on how the cultural shift and the way people were thinking, you know, transitioning to rational thought, okay, and then exclusively having rational thought on situations. All right, so I think I made my ploy right there. Now, in the survey, we had some issues, and one of the issues was evolution, and does evolution actually have a direction? And there are certain terms. Hey, Juju, I think I sent you. Should have sent you some paper. You see what I sent you?
No direction.
You sent me 5 links. Which one? Which one you want to start?
Let's deal with the orthogenesis. I think that's an important term.
I got it. Got it.
Orth? Did you say orth? Like OR? I mean,
ORTHO.
ORTH, ortho. You know, I might be, you know,
it's ortho. You got it. No, I mean orthogenesis.
I said it right. I think I got that right.
You said it right the first time. I said it wrong the first time.
Oh, okay.
I'll take a look at that word later.
Orthogenesis.
Oh, nice.
All right. So go ahead, Jude. You got
it? Yeah. I mean, I just read it from your screen either way.
Okay.
You gonna be paying attention?
I'm right here. I ain't...
Just scroll up.
Oh yeah, yesterday I was. Yeah. All right, go
Orthogenesis, also known as, you want me to read that small part real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Orthogenetic evolution, progressive evolution, evolutionary progress, or progressionism is an obsolete biological hypothesis that organisms have an innate tendency to evolve in a definite direction towards some goal. Teleology. That's interesting. Due to some internal mechanisms or driving force. According to the theory, the largest scale trends in evolution have an absolute goal, such as increasing biological complexity. Prominent historical figures who have championed some form of evolutionary progress include Jean-Baptiste Lamarck, Pierre Teilhard de Chardin, and Henry Bergson. The term.
Okay. No, you can stop right there. So, see, so you got a lot of different terms. I want to come with. There's another one. All right, this is important. Yeah. All right. What else did I send you?
Progressivism.
Progressive. Yeah, go to that for a second. Yeah, go to that for a second.
That's what the one you wanted next.
Yeah, that's fine. That'll work. That'll work.
Or the alternative to Darwinism. Okay, progressivism. Progressivism is a left-leaning political philosophy and reform movement that seeks to advance the human condition through social reform, primarily based on purported advancements in social organization, science, and technology. Adherents hold that progressivism has universal application and endeavor to spread this idea to human societies elsewhere. Progressivism arose during the Age of Enlightenment out of the belief that civility in Europe was improving due to the application of new empirical knowledge. So that's what the missionaries call themselves doing when they went into Africa.
Some of that's the types of ideas that Charles Darwin and them left out with. It's specifically that, and like I said, they felt they was like the Egyptians in that case. And they felt like their culture was the best, and everybody should be educated through that. The Egyptians kind of thought the same way too. They felt like they had the best culture, but this in particular, they was thinking that because you got technology and stuff, right? You that you was progressive, moving towards something that was better than what you was, right? We now understand that not to be the truth. You get it?
Right. So would that lead into how they define who was civilized and who wasn't?
Yeah, right. So if they ran across you and you didn't have on clothes, right, or had on your indigenous stuff, right, they felt like you was underdeveloped, right? Like your culture, which wasn't true, right? It's like a alligator. They ain't changed form in millions of years, and they fit for their environment.
Oh, yeah.
So that's under the false notion of survival of the fittest. They think it's really survival of the fit genes.
Yeah.
All right. So hold on. That's a word. Directionism. Yeah.
No, I said directionless.
Correct. That's evolution. It has no direction to it. Absolutely. Hold on. Let me see. Let me get right here to. Damn. It's a word here. Hold on 1 second. Probably got it on my phone. Hold on. You want to keep? Yeah, I know I got it on my phone somewhere. Let me hold on. I just had it. Man. 1 second. Hey, and I dropped that link. Maybe I want to jump on and join the conversation.
No link. Where the link at? Drop it again.
Someone else was asking for it.
Again. Drop it again.
Zimbabwe was asking for the link.
Y'all hit that link. Come up on the panel. Hit that link.
I got it. Hold on. I want to find it's a word right here. Hold on. So we got objections to evolution, right?
All
right.
Okay, yeah, I got that one.
Yeah, pull that one up. That's a good
But
one.
objections to evolution, then you have
There's a word in there. Hold on.
alternatives to Darwinian evolution.
All right, so this is what we need to do. We're gonna come right here. That's how we're gonna do it. This is important, so everybody can see the stages and how they was messing it up. And so what I would like to say is that we're starting to do that again in a lot of communities now. Okay, we're starting to put direction on evolution with Charles Murray's studies, right? That have been inaccurate, right? They're basically saying that if you're European, all of a sudden you're smarter, right? Forgetting the fact that all humans have always came back in contact with each other. So if you develop something that was advantageous to reproduction, that's going to spread through the population, no matter what that population is. Okay, and so we have not been away from each other long enough for us to develop separately. Simple as that. Okay, and so right here, Juju, this is objections to evolution. All right, dealing with Charles Darwin in particular, right? And so let's come right here. I want to come to the definition, defining evolution. My fault. Okay, so if we come to defining evolution, all right, you know, in the survey I talk about the spotted moth.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You got the black moth, right? And the white peppered moth. Okay. So during the age of, well, it was pollution, smog. All right, smog. See, smog. This is one of the things we use to show evolution. So during the industrial age in Europe, where it's like London smog, we've all seen it on TV, right? If you're my age, you've seen these movies, these old movies. See, the smog was everywhere. Craziest thing ever, right? So these trees, that these particular habitat for this moth right here, right? It was white. So this particular moth survived on those white trees, okay, because of the color of it. These put it right there, bro. Come on, man, you playing with me? I know you see me playing. How you doing? So you also got these, right, in the same area, but the population is not great for obvious reasons, because this particular spotted moth, right, the predators don't see it as often, can't see it. It's camouflage. This one stand out like a sore thumb.
I'm sorry.
Shut
up, Chilemwe.
What's funny? What
Nothing. Go ahead. Damn.
Stand out like a sore thumb. Okay.
Chat.
Oh, you in the
Yeah.
chat.
No, I'm not. I'm verbatim with you. Go ahead. Proceed.
Right. Okay. So when the smog comes, these trees starting to darken up. And so now, right, this moth, okay, that produced at high rates, meaning passes genes on to the next generation based off of the fact that it had better camouflage on these trees. When the smog turned the trees darker, now this particular spotted moth, right, populations get bigger. Why? Because they have the ability to pass their genes on more often, because they're not getting eaten as often as the whiter spotted moth was. So over time, the population gets bigger because evolution occurs in the population, not in the individual moth, but these genes in this moth has to get passed on. But the only way it can get passed on is if it can make it to the age of reproduction. And the only way it can make it to the age of reproduction if all of them not getting eaten up. Now that this is camouflaged more because the trees are darker, now this population of moths get bigger and this population of moths get smaller. This is a classic example of evolution. But watch this. This is a trick that Charles Darwin did. He just wanted to talk about the insects in the trees, the animals, the plants, right? He didn't talk about humans. But I'm going to let you know that if this can occur in the population of spotted moths, then this sure as hell can occur in the population of humans. Ain't no getting around that.
It's good work. It's a textbook example, man.
Textbook.
I mean, what Unc sharing, I don't know who's aware, but I'm sure Juju is aware. What Unc's sharing right now is what professors are talking to in class with their students in college as we speak around the world. So, yeah, man, you're right on track, man. You're right on track.
And sciences are finding more examples, right? Yeah.
Yeah, this is all kind of. I can name all. I can just start
Yeah,
going down the
it's
polar
so-
bear.
Ooh,
Mhm.
Stuff.
I was just on that recently too.
I mean, the easiest one is in viruses.
Oh yeah, we seen that in real time.
Period. Yep.
Real time, yeah. So, yeah. This is Unc's favorite one, though. I'm just
No, I like the polar bears. I like. So here we go. You see this word right here?
yeah,
Go ahead, Gigi. Read
devolution.
that. Mm-hmm.
Uh,
For the example.
backwards
Go ahead.
evolution. For
Hold on.
example,
Start.
the
Just go
idea
ahead.
of-
Start right here. Go ahead.
okay.
Yeah, we can read down there.
Evolution in colloquial context can refer to any sort of progressive development or gradual improvement and a process that results in greater quality or complexity. When misapplied to biological evolution, this common meaning can lead to frequent misunderstandings. For example, the idea of devolution, backwards evolution, is a result of erroneously assuming that evolution is directional or has a specific goal in mind. For example,
We just said it.
orthogenesis.
There you have it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's say. Go ahead.
In reality, the evolution of a biological organism has no objective and is only showing increasing ability of successive generations to survive and reproduce in their environment, and increase suitability is only defined in relation to the environment.
There you go. See? If you click on devolution, right? They was this where they was at.
Evolution, backwards evolution.
All right. Very, very interesting there. And so in the server, we was having these conversations, man. I was trying to tell them, man, there is no direction to it. And so when people put direction to it, that's not evolution, that's pseudoscience.
Right.
Because that's not what the empirical data shows us at all. And this part right here is where everybody messes up, right? If she just read this, let me see. Hold on. In reality, everybody have no objective, and is only showing increasing ability of successful generations to survive and reproduce in their environment and increase susceptibility. Listen, right here, has no objective, so you cannot have an intelligent designer. An intelligent designer would have intentionally did this. Two separate things. First of all, evolution does not purport where life comes from. It's only interested in life after it gets to Earth. That's an important distinction that most people mess up. Very important distinction there. Evolution is not the origin of anything. Evolution simply seeks to explain why life on Earth is so diversified. And why is it that two organisms seemingly different, chimpanzees and humans, why do they share 99% DNA? Evolution answers these questions because last time I checked, there's only one plausible answer for two organisms to share 99% DNA. And that's because somewhere down the line, on the evolutionary tree, they had a common ancestor. I'm going to drop the link, man. We can get in here, man. For y'all. Anybody want to get in, right? You think you got something slick? I'm right here.
Y'all, you chatty patties, boy. Hit that link. Hit that link. What up, dude? Peas.
Big up everybody. Big up. I still smarting from my sophisticated beating that I got yesterday. I still smarting.
You said a sophisticated whooping.
Yeah, that I got. Yeah, I still smarting, you know, I still
That's
timid.
funny.
Yeah, but I wanted to add to the evolution argument was the nylon eating bacteria in Japan, right? That's a recent. That's recent. But there
Good.
was no nylon before in the last 100 years. Yet still some bacteria evolved to start digesting nylon, and people will deny all of that and say, "Oh, evolution not real." Yeah. But it's because we start going church from within, from
You said
gestation.
it's
That's my
church you did it,
problem.
yo?
Eh?
Are you funny, yo?
It's the church do it. The church do it for our people. We start going church from we know our mother's belly, and we get brainwashed. So it's going to take a time. But Ankh, good job. When I'm mute.
Yeah, we're gonna keep giving it to him, man. Can you see this juju? Appreciate you, man. See this juju?
Yes. So
There you go. It's a tree.
Typica and Carbonaria morphs on the same tree. You laughing? What you laughing at?
Carbira. How you say it? Carbonaria.
Is
Carbonaria.
Carbonaria. Carbonaria. Is it carbonaria? That sounds gross.
I don't know. Sound like gonorrhea, don't it?
So it says that's Typica and Carbonaria morphs on the same tree. The light-colored Typica below the bark's scar, I see it, is nearly invisible on this pollution-free, I'm gonna say tree. Yeah. Okay, I see.
See,
Carbonaria.
See, there you go. I explained it. This the trees they was living on. This is a pollution-free tree.
Correct.
Right. Remember, after they passed the Clean Air Act in Europe, right? They stopped burning them damn fossil fuels, and all the daggone smog left. It was the wildest thing ever, yo.
So then they would change back.
Then them trees went back from being dark like that, where this dark one was surviving, right, to back to here where you can barely see that moth right there. And so predators will be able to see the darker moth more often than the lighter moth. Not to say they ain't gonna catch some of the light ones, but more often. We give the same type of example with the sand mouse, where the sand pushes over the lava, the dark lava. You have these dark brown mice that are surviving on the lava fields, right? And the browner ones, the light brown ones, are getting eaten more often by the hawks and the animals. But the dark brown ones that's on the dark brown lava, right? They are surviving more often to reach the age of reproduction. So their genes that cause them to be darker are being produced more at a higher rate. And it's advantageous to the population of mice. Now, when the wind blow hard and the sand covers over the dark lava fields, now all of a sudden those quote unquote lighter sand mice survive more often to reach the age of reproduction based off the color of their skin, based off of giving them more camouflage. See, same thing with humans, right? You can apply the same rules to humans. Humans that left Africa, right, survive more often, right, with their darker skin in areas of heavy radiation, because radiation actually causes the evolution, right? We're surrounded by the harmful radiation of the sun. So darker skin is more advantageous to protect you from the folic acid in your blood. Folic acid is a neural tube. No, the folic acid actually protects you from neural tube disorders, because that's what the radiation does. It attacks the folic acid. And those that have the folic acid attack, they start to have baby with neural tube disorders. Why is this important? Because those babies aren't reaching the age of reproduction as much as those that have that protection. The parents have that protection, they have sex, right? They pass those genes on for darker skin, right? And over time, the population of darker skinned people or dark brown people are large in Africa. When they leave out of Africa, now all of a sudden, that's why the whole racist thing is crazy, right? Because that what made you navigate an environment now is almost a hindrance to you, right? That's why we talk about you saying one thing is better, depending on where you at. Ask those moths right there. Which color is better? Is it the white one? Is the white one better? Depending on the tree it's on. Is the dark one better? Depending on the tree. So when the early humans left Africa, right, they started blocking out too much. The radiation ate is thick in the areas, right? Zone 3. Zone 2, they go from zone 1 to zone 2 to zone 3, where the radiation levels aren't as high. This theory is purported by Jenna Nablowski. All right. She's the first one that came up with the first comprehensive theory of why human skin changes like that. All right. And so now, man, anybody got any kids, I say line them up. You got the same mother and the same father, I say line your kids up. And for the most part, I don't speak in absolutes, your kids are going to range in skin color, going to range in the way they look. So what I'm telling you is when those families are out of Africa, some were darker and some were lighter. Over time, based off of the lack of radiation, the lighter kids survived longer to reach the age of reproduction, where the darker kids didn't have as many kids. Remember I talked about evolution, right, occurs in population? So over time, the darker population started to transform into a lighter population because those genes were being passed on more often. Not unless they supplement their diet with certain foods. That's why the Essewood people, right, they still retain their darker skin because they have a lot of vitamin D. Because vitamin D, you need vitamin D, but darker skin blocks out vitamin D. Vitamin D, right, is produced, all right, in the skin. But you need that radiation to hit it to produce the vitamin D in the skin. You need vitamin D. If you don't got vitamin D, all of a sudden you start getting rickets and stuff like that. Brittle bones. All right. That's the story, and I'm sticking to it. Fit
and frequency.
Fit. He's talking about the fitness of the population and the frequency of it.
Indeed.
Like
two terms very well exercised and used in biological anthropology.
Yeah, I like biological anthropology, man. But and you know what, man? It kind of it just allow you to, you know. So now you sitting around having conversations. You listen to the Egyptian conversations, that conversation, and if you're talking about living organisms, man, and you got to have some type of foundation in evolution to really get the gist of the damn conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, you'll think that everybody was one way. If you don't got that grasp of evolution, you think it was a whole tree full of these, when in actuality it wasn't a whole tree. It was a tree of mixed, right? No, let me do it this way. Well, I think I can pull this off. Let's say that this tree is Egypt. Now, for this tree to be Egypt, you would have to introduce a darker tree. The darker tree will represent one continent, and the lighter tree will represent one continent. But remember, Egypt, right? You have 3 intersecting continents, right? And it's a different environment in each one, but they all come together right there. So you would have a mix of different types of moths there, and they would all commingle with each other. That's how that Egyptian population would have been over time, just like that. See? Simple. Ain't no art. You can't just see and say, "Oh, the darker one was the only one there." How? Wouldn't it make no sense? Because remember I said add another light tree in there, add another in-between tree in there, and put it together, and that environment would always come into each other. Remember, I always says the area of confluence. I mean, with these areas all converge together. So if you was to add 2 more trees there, different colors, right? And each environment allowing for the organism to flourish, right? Bring those environments, bring those worlds together, yo, and you will see the interplay.
Indeed.
Apply that. See what I'm saying? Apply the moth scenario to the Nile Valley, and that's what you get. See? There you go. Because if it can happen with the moths, it can sure as hell happen with the humans. That's exactly what happened. And how do we know it happened? Because we read the works of Morton and them. Remember, he the first
an example too. The bears. You use the bear as an example. It's a very, very good analysis using the bear as well. You know?
The polar bear you talking about? Brown bears?
Brown bear, black bear, polar bear, Arctic bear. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's it. Because a polar bear is a brown bear. Am I correct?
Yeah, same species. Yep.
Yeah.
Different colors, man. Different colors. Could you imagine them two standing in front of each other talking about which one is more intelligent based on the color of their fur? You know, it's ridiculous. It's
a ridiculous notion. But it was the driving force in colonialism, though.
Indeed. Anthropologists, we're taught that, you know, the social concept of the term race. However, you know, we're well aware and educated and respected to the populations in the world who have been victims to this social construct. Indeed, absolutely.
So we don't want to go back there. And the only way to keep from going back there, don't do the same thing that we did in the damn past. And so we introduced this character into the fold right here. There's a few different characters here, right? When dealing with scientific racism, right? Racial theories and physical anthropology. A few different people there. All right. Few different people here. They all have their different way of seeing things. You see Reverend Richard Furman and Thomas L. Cobb to enforce the idea that Negroes had been created inferior and thus suited for slavery. See what I'm saying? All right. Early physical anthropology, 1850 to 1918. Right?
Lydius, you see his name up there, yep, of course.
Mr. Arthur himself, what did he talk about? An essay, let me see, hold on, right here. All right. He claimed that the white race originally possessed a morphology of beauty and intelligence and strength, and that any positive accomplishment or thinking of blacks and Asians were due to the admixture with whites. See? His works were praised by many white supremacist Americans, pro-slavery thinkers such as who? Mr. Knox and Henry. Y'all know who Knox is, right? Knox is right here in this work, yo. Types of Humankind, Ethnology Researchers, George Robin Gibbons, Joss Knox, Samuel George Morton, William Usher. It's all right here. See? Right in this work right here. Got it. All in here where they start to make the pictures and stuff. All this is in the game, man. And I'm saying for people to go back to that, right? That's the famous picture. For people to go back to that, to go back to this is crazy. That's what we on our way back to. Based off misinformation, based off not knowing your history. There's a reason to know your history. You know your history so you don't return to it. Right? So you keep promoting those ideas, you end up right back where it was. Where you at, Juju? Phone must have died.
No, I tried to use the tablet. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. What is wrong with that?
Sometimes it don't.
It's a brand new tablet, but it won't connect to the StreamYard. It's weird.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I got
well.
You good?
Monopoly.
You
that's the monopoly on beauty.
So with Knox right here. Gubenu. Did I say it's right? Gobenu.
Gabanu.
Go ahead. Believe what? What do you believe?
Toro de Gabanu or something like that. What part? Gabanu believed that the different races originate in different areas. So that what is that? The polygenesis again? The white race had originated somewhere in Siberia, the Asians in the Americas, and the blacks in Africa. He believed that a white race was superior, writing, "I will not wait for the friends of equality to show me such and such passages in books written by missionaries or sea captains who declare some Wolof is a fine carpenter, some Hottentot a good servant, that a Kafir dances and plays the violin, that some Bambara knows arithmetic. Let us leave aside these perlities and compare together not men, but groups.
He ain't lost his mind.
That's good, Juju. Good thing, Juju.
Call Vogt.
Is Vogt. I think the G is silent. Carl Vogt. I've actually seen this name before.
He's apologetics.
No, let's read Gabanu's work. Were also influential to the Nazi Party, which published his works in German that played a key role in the master race theory of Nazism. I think that's important to read. Okay.
So we're doing that now in reverse now. We actually doing that reverse now in the black community. We doing that now. We're doing the same thing. It's the same thing. Other side of the daggone
same thing. I see where you're going, but it ain't the same thing. We ain't walking around, killing people though.
It didn't start out that way, did it?
But that's what they wanted. I mean,
I'm just saying it didn't. Everything progresses to that, right?
Nah. They knew when they said eugenics, we have to clean away these people. Yeah, they meant that from the get-go.
No, that's not what I'm saying. It all started with wrong ideas, is my point. Right. You don't know where that wrong idea gonna take you to.
Right on.
That's my point. Now, if we would like to talk about the stage we're in, right now we're in the education stage, right?
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm saying. So we're in that stage, and we can see how the thinking is getting that way now. And then we can see how the other side is rising up with the same thing. We just talked about it. We talked about your man, the bell curve guy.
Oh yeah.
Right? Bring it back to the forefront. All right. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, you don't matter what color you is, you can start thinking that way. It's stinking thinking at the end of the day.
Yeah,
who knows where this shit gonna take you to?
Yeah, because we know that Proud Boys leader. I mean, some say he was Afro Latino. You feel me? Now he's doing 20 years for Trump.
Well, there you go. See, wild thinking. So we right here now. All right.
You got more time than all of them. I wonder why.
So go ahead. Halogenesis. You know what that means? Like more than one origin. Yeah. Go ahead.
So Carl Vogt, another polygenist evolutionist was Carl Vogt, who believed that the Negro race was related to the ape. He wrote the white race was a separate species to Negroes. In chapter 7 of his Lectures of Men, 1864, he compared the Negro to the white race, whom he described as two extreme human types. The difference between them, he claimed, are greater than those between two species of apes. And this proves that Negroes are a separate species from the whites.
Mm-hmm. Now, here is a philosophical and a scientific break from the ideas we just talked about.
Yo, that's a dope picture of Darwin right there. He ate in that photo. He's like, boy, you're going to take me from the side.
So he got a lot of pictures.
He's like, in the beer.
But I would like to talk about, now we're going to get into the shifting thinking. Remember how long I told you? And I wanted to talk about, that's why I talked about different deities first, right? Mm-hmm. Then I talked about how the Egyptians was trying to get to rational thought, but they couldn't quite get there, right? And I talked about how the Greeks was trying to get there, and then you start to see people just going straight against the gods, all out going against the gods. That's a transition in thinking, right? You're starting to get to the rationale, right? Then you start to enter the age of enlightenment, right? And you right here, though. We right here. Even in the age of enlightenment, these other people up here consider themselves goddamn enlightened. They was messing it all up. Because they was going off what they believe. They wasn't going off empirical data. So there's one person right here. This guy right here, yo, is him and another person. He took that trip. What was the trip? It's only one trip that can show you different. Any other trip, one gonna help you. You gotta go around the world. If you don't go around the world, you're gonna be stuck in your bubble in your world, and you're only gonna see one thing. So Charles Darwin left with the idea. That idea was first brought in. Hold on, here you go. That early idea. You know who I'm going to, right, Juju? Come on, Gigi. You say it all the time.
Huh?
Come on now.
I wasn't. The early idea was
the taxidermist. We're going to the taxidermist. That's the idea we're going to.
Oh, taxonomy?
Taxidermist. He's a taxidermist.
Taxidermist?
Yeah. There you go. We're going here. We're going here, Jude.
Oh my God! John Edmonstone. Yeah. Oh my God. Every time they say white science, I have to tell them, well, you know who John Edmonstone is? None of them are white. Yeah, John Edmonstone. Yeah. He is my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
This
is the artist's impression of John Edmonstone teaching Darwin to preserve birds. All right.
That should be
okay. Okay.
It's one of my favorite
hidden history. Many Black people contributions to science are hidden from history. Go ahead. Did you want to read some of it?
Yeah. He and this is a man who was a slave, so just goes to tell you. So John Edmonstone was a former enslaved man who taught the young Charles Darwin the skill of taxidermy. This skill helped Darwin preserve the birds that fermented his ideas about evolution. Many Black people's contributions to science are hidden from history, and we have to reconstruct their stories from the margins of more famous naturalist lives. One such intriguing figure is John Edmonstone, a former enslaved Black man from Guyana. John was living in Edinburgh when he met a young Charles Darwin and taught him the skill of taxidermy. This was fundamental to Darwin's ability to preserve the specimens he collected during the 5-year voyage on the HMS Beagle. Though we only have scant details of Edmonstone's life, what we know reveals that he was a talented and respected taxidermist and naturalist.
That's that word right there.
Yeah.
You gotta get, and the person I'm talking about, you gotta get to the thought of being a naturalist. You Greek philosophy gave rise to the naturalist. If you can't get the philosophy, then you can't get to the naturalist. And if you can't get to the naturalist, you can't be a damn scientist. So these are the steps I've been trying to take the community through. And I take them through these steps through atheism. Voila. That's why I did it that way. I'll say it again. Man, you gotta be able to get rational thought. Start to get your rational thought. And through your rational thought, you gotta be able to break through. You got to get to philosophy. And once you get to philosophy, then you got to get to the naturalist. And once you get to the naturalist, then we can get to modern science, man. So it was Charles Edmonstone.
Yeah, Charles.
Remember?
John.
I said John. I said John.
You said Charles.
I didn't. I said John Edmonstone.
You said Charles.
All right. Messed up. Anyway, I want y'all to know
payback.
What did he really weigh on his heart? Remember, he was a slave in the rainforest of South America, right? He got freed. Yep. So while he was in the daggone rainforest, guess who's in the rainforest? The goddamn diversity of life.
Yeah, right. Right.
That's where he perfected his craft. And he came back and he told Darwin these wonderful stories. To that point, Darwin was following the footsteps of his granddad. His father, he wanted to be a surgeon. He really didn't want to be a surgeon because he ain't like all the damn blood. All right. He was like, So he actually convinced Darwin to change his career path to a naturalist. And he gave him some skills that would help him on his what? On his 5-year voyage on what I said to be one of the most important voyages. That voyage on the Beagle, because it allowed Darwin to circumnavigate the globe. When he circumnavigated the globe, he left out with some ideas in his head. First of all, he felt like European culture should be taught everywhere. He felt it to be superior. And it was in his language at times, you can actually hear it. But once he made that trip around the world, right, he started writing down that data. So it was the data that helped curve, some of his quote unquote European superiority. right? I often say I don't think he was a racist because his wife was an abolitionist, his grandfather was an abolitionist, right? But what I would like to say is it was his scientific endeavor and that great idea that he had, you know what I'm saying, that pushed the pendulum, right? That would be the foundation, right, for us to stand on that and say, whoa, 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 ho, 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 ho. Now you got science, not pseudoscience, because at this point, at this junction in the world, you got pseudoscience back you. And no, by the way, it's hard to find another time period where this such an idea comes into play, right? Where remember at this junction in time, Darwin didn't even want to produce his theory before. Once he came off that trip, man, he waited a good 10 years before he published it because now he got questions about God. Now he put it in question. Now he don't want to hurt his wife's heart. He loved his wife. Oh man, look, I can't tell you. They was Christians. Remember, they was monogenists. Okay, so he himself was like, man. So he ended up publishing his theory because somebody else started to come up with it. So he published his theory now, right? And this is groundbreaking. Why? Because in the first time in the annals of humanity, we now have a cohesive theory, right? With a scientific, he made a scientific prediction attached to it, which is the highest in science, right? That says that, yeah, you didn't actually come out the Garden of Eden. And that's what it broke down to. So now you got something against all the creation stories on planet Earth. At that moment, when he came back off there and wrote down his notes, all creation stories was rendered wrong. And I'm going to say this one time, every single creation story you ever thought of or can think of, every single deity that I just showed you, all of them were wrong. There is no argument or debate over that.
Kill everybody.
How's everybody doing? Just a quick question.
Hi, Ronald.
Incontrovertible.
Incontrovertible.
Yeah. Just a quick question though. Maybe you've not thought of this or thought about it, but why would Darwin, when he titled his book about origins of species by natural selection or through natural selection, why would he also continue to say, or the perseverance of favorite races? Why would he add that to it?
Well, it's right here. All you gotta do is read it.
Yeah.
What do you think you mean by races?
Yeah. I'm asking what do you want?
You know the answer, but I want to read it. I don't want to say it. Because you got the title faked you out. It faked you out. You got to know the material.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see about origin of species. It should be right here somewhere. Opinions, children, definitely descent. Hold on. Books.
You sure this the right one?
It might just be in about where I got probably go to the origin. It should be in the book. See, early education survey to be cool. Intersection theory. Where the hell is the book, man? I know it's in here. It ain't this one, because this ain't the book right here. No, this ain't the one he first published. No. I know it's in here, but I don't want to take as long as I took the last time. So I'll do it this way. Hold on. And I got the perfect answer for you, man.
Okay.
Watch this. Let's see if you can handle the answer. Let's see. I don't think you can handle the answer. Man, let me see. Hold on.
So I'm just reading where it says he advocated a hierarchy of races with white people higher than others. So he didn't really believe that. Is what you're saying?
Nope.
Oh.
I don't even read you reading that. No, you probably misread it all.
It's right on that.
I ain't actually right there. I mean, I found what I need to find. But where you saying it at? Where you at?
Yes, this top paragraph here. What one you're showing to us on the screen?
I got you. Hold on, let me get that for you. Okay, where you at?
Because although Charles Darwin opposed slavery and proposed that humans have a common ancestor, he also advocated a hierarchy of races with white people higher than others. Well, why would somebody write that about Charles Darwin? Who wrote that? Oh, some other scholars, it looks like.
I see. Oh, let me punch on the damn thing.
That joker say John Murray. That look like Charles Murray's cousin.
Hey, wait a minute, hold it now. You know that you thought the other Curry guy was your cousin, right?
Yeah, I have a
Crazy.
bunch of Currys in my family. Well, he could have been a slave master's cousins. I need them
So
reparations,
this
though.
is source right here, yo. We're gonna come back to
Make him
that.
pay it. Okay.
This is the source right here. We're gonna come back to that.
Okay.
All right. Hold me to it, all right?
Yeah.
That's a good one. I like that. I'm gonna put this over here for us. I love this. All right, I'm gonna put that over there. All right. Now I'm gonna come back to here, and I'm gonna come back to here. All right. Come on now, get back here. Moving slow. Okay. All right. Lindell had already popularized human prehistory. And Hoakley, remember we talked about him with the pictures and all that. Okay, let me see, with the Descent of Man, Selection, Relation to Sex, published in 1871, Darwin set out evidence from numerous sources that humans are animals, showing continuity of physical and mental attributes. So how is he doing that? How is he showing continuity and physical and mental attributes? And presented sexual selection to explain and practical animal features such as peacocks. Okay, yeah, he does explain the peacock. Take a lot of energy to make all that just to attract a female peacock. See plumage as well as human evolution, cultures, differences between the sexes, and physical and cultural racial classifications, while emphasizing that humans are all one species. Yeah. According to an editorial in Nature Journal, although Charles Darwin opposed slavery and proposed that that humans have a common ancestor, he also advocated hierarchy. Yeah, I don't agree with that. Yeah, so you out the way. You heard that, right?
Yeah. You say you don't agree with it.
No, that's somebody editorial right there. Then I gotta look up the person. But I said we're gonna put that on the side shelf.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
I just want you to let you know. You thought you had me, but you
No, I'm not trying to get you. I'm just
you should read the whole. You should have read it like this. Don't come in like a Baptist preacher and just read that. Read this leading to that. That's somebody editor said that. Okay. So here's what I wanted to show you. This is the point right here. Right here. Now we're cooking. Right here. Where you at, Juju?
I'm right here.
All right. So let's do this. Now, what's your question again?
My question was about his book title. Why do you put the
Let's read it. Go ahead, Ju.
So the origins of species, or more completely, on the origins of species by means of natural selection or the preservation of favorite races in the struggle for life, is a work of scientific literature by Charles Darwin that is considered to be the foundation of evolutionary biology.
That's the
Yeah,
go
it
ahead.
probably wouldn't be the foundation if it was like, yeah. It was published on November 24th, 1859. Darwin's book introduced the scientific theory that populations evolve over the course of generations through a process of natural selection. Although Lamarckism was also included as a mechanism of lesser importance, the book presented a body of evidence that the diversity of life arose by common descent through a branching pattern of evolution. Darwin included evidence that he had collected on the Beagle expedition in the 1830s and his subsequent findings from research, correspondence, and experimentation.
So it was like 20 years before he actually published his daggone book, not 10. Okay.
Yeah, because he published in 1859.
Okay. So hold on. So now let's get to the answer of your question here.
30 years.
Publication. Let's see the publication. All right, the publication. Take time. Let me see. Time taken to publish. All right, where we at? From 1939. Click. On the first page, why they had that title. It's going to explain that title, Juju. We're going to find it. Go ahead and read this. Various biographers have proposed
Various
that Darwin avoided
biographers have proposed that Darwin avoided or delayed making his ideas public for personal reasons. Reasons suggested have included fear of religious persecution or social disgrace if his views were revealed, and concern about upsetting his clergymen, naturalist friends, or his pious wife Emma.
I got that right there. Emma. All right, stop right there. Hold on, we need to find this. Book manuscripts. Wallace. Remember Alfred Wallace? He had to publish because Wallace had Introduction to the Species. Now, Alfred Wallace, right? He was on the tail. He was right there, but he threw some spookism in with it. All right. Hold on.
I ain't going back to school, Street Sophie. I already got mine. I'm good.
Oh, they don't know that, do they?
No, I might go back, but it'll be
joint publication by Wallace and Darwin. Hold on, we getting there. We're getting hot. I can feel it coming. Darwin described natural selection. Abstract. Okay, the abstract of the species. Let me see. Book. Soon after meeting. Okay, the abstract. Hold on. Where we at? They're gonna get right into the title. It's gonna be shocking.
What would Occam's razor say?
Murray as a publisher choice of title. Come down.
Simple answer.
Come.
Yeah.
Come
Simple
down.
answer.
Come. We don't think it'll be in here.
It's coming. I swear it is. Murray as publisher choice of title. Yeah, we're not gonna forget this no more. We're gonna come right here, right? I don't quite think that's it. But go ahead, read that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So by mid-March 1859, Darwin's abstract had reached the stage where he was thinking of early publication. Lyell suggested the publisher, John Murray, and met with him to find if he would be willing to publish. On March 28th, Darwin wrote to Lyell asking about progress and offering to give Murray assurance that my book is not more unorthodox than the subject makes inevitable. He enclosed a draft title sheet proposing abstract of an essay on the origins of species and varieties through natural selection, with the year shown as 1859. You think this is it? Murray's response was favorable, and a very pleased Darwin told Lyell on March 30th that he would send shortly a large bundle of MS, but unfortunately, I cannot for a week, as the 3 chapters are in 3 copyist hands. He bowed to Murray's objection.
Where you at? You right here?
Man,
making me dizzy. Finished that already.
I'm at the bottom of it. I passed all that.
All right, hold on. We're gonna get it. Hold on.
You can keep going down. I'm trying to read where he.
Constantly uses word breeding. Okay, now the selection, which was constantly used in all works of breeding and hopes of, hold on, naturalist, selection or preservation of the favorite race. They say Marsh vote Murray listed the headings, hold on, progress, but Lindos, hold on, Darwin, hold on, it's coming. We I swear, we hot. We hot. Hold on. Responded. Improved on our proposed value. Oh, where we at? Everybody interested in pigeons. Darwin responded that this was
this part talks about him dropping varieties, though.
September.
Origin species and varieties.
Darwin now. Okay, proposed on dropping varieties.
So in Murray's persuasion, the title was eventually agreed on as Origin of Species, with the page adding by means of natural selection or the preservation of favorite races in the struggle of life. And in this extended title and elsewhere in the book, Darwin used the biological term races, interchangeable with varieties. There you go. Ron. Meaning varieties within species, not separate species.
Where you at, Ron?
Yeah, I'm here.
You got it?
Want me to read that again?
Read it again for the clarity for the audience. Let's go.
So in the extended title and elsewhere in the book, Darwin used the biological term races interchangeably with the varieties, meaning varieties within species.
Yeah.
He used the term
But there's
broadly, and as well
So
as
keep reading. You gotta keep reading. He used. Go ahead.
he used the term broadly, and as well as discussions of the several races, for instance, of the cabbage and the hereditary varieties or races of our domestic animals and plants. There are 3 instances in the book where the phrase races of man is used, referring to races of humans.
Mm-hmm. So
So you do
Darwin
know the
actually
book
believed,
wasn't about humans, though, right? You know that, right? The whole book wasn't about humans.
right? But
All right.
but so Darwin thought there were races among plants and birds and
Varieties.
He was. The word is
Are you
actually
listening?
interchangeable.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
listening.
you're being willful ignorant, I think.
Yeah, you doing. You
No,
doing.
no,
Yeah,
I'm not. I'm not.
Yeah,
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 because
you doing it now.
listen, I'm
Yeah,
gonna read
you
it
doing that
again.
thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read it
Yeah, you
again.
doing it. Yeah, you
In
doing
this
that thing,
extended title, and I'm gonna read it slow. And elsewhere in the book, Darwin used the term races interchangeably with varieties. So that means that in parts of the book, he would use races, and in other parts, he would use varieties. But races and varieties meant the same thing. They meant a variety of variation within a species.
You got that, Ron? Man, he being funny, ain't he, Juju? Juju.
I'm listening. I ain't finna play these games with people. But it's
No,
all
we got
good.
it. So we know. So in this book, he wasn't actually talking about races of humans, yo, because his book not even written. There ain't nobody even in the day going. They ain't even talking about humans in the book. He was smart. He's
Yeah,
talking
even
about
with
cabbage and bears and all kind of stuff.
animals
Y'all
and
should get a copy of
plants.
the book. Right.
Plants and animals.
Right.
That was the
Look at the
subject
book.
matter. That's when people bring that book up and say, "Oh, he's talking about the human race." I'm like, y'all ain't even ever read
You
it.
know who
Y'all ain't
crazy?
even look at the Wikipedia
You know who's
article
super
on the book.
crazy? Wishman Common is super crazy, yo. He come up here with the book. I was like, yo, you ain't read the book.
No.
What's his name, yo? Kimmett. What's his name? Kimmett something. Remember him?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had the holding the book in his hand. I say, yo, you ain't never read the book. Yes, I have. I say, no, you ain't a human in the book. Not a human in the book, bro. So yeah, this title was very tricky. You got to know what it really is. Races was interchangeable with variety. Now look, here you go. Look, let's do it, Juju. Look, race and biology. Go ahead, Ju. Can you see it? I just want to say
in
that
biological taxonomy, race is an informal rank in the taxonomic hierarchy for which various definitions exist. Sometimes it is used to denote a level below that of subspecies, while at other times it is used as a synonym for subspecies. It has been used as higher rank than strand, with several strands making up one race. Races may be genetically distinct populations of individuals within the same species, or they may be defined in other ways, geographically or physiologically. Genetic isolation between races is not complete, but genetic differences may have accumulated that are not yet sufficient to separate species.
There you go. So they talking about a higher rank in the strand and stuff. All right, that's what he was talking about, man. He wasn't talking about no damn. He was not talking about humans in that book right there. So if you thinking that, Ron, then you're wrong.
Yeah.
So you got that now, don't you? We cool on that. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, you answered my question. I'm just saying that I'm just wondering now why he just didn't use the word variety as opposed to
because
races.
that was the language of the time.
That's what he was using.
One, and again, he's using it in a biological sense, not a colloquial term.
Yeah, if you look through his book, yo, he don't got no humans in the book, bro. Yeah, he ain't talking about humans in that book. And remember, right, he the first one to do this. See, right here, the branch, the tree of life. There you go.
The tree of life.
Mm-hmm. He the first one to write that. He the first one to do that. There you go. It's your first phylogenetic tree.
Yeah. So that first from that first paragraph you read when he talked about that he believed in a hierarchy of races, you're saying
No, he didn't say no. That's the article over here, bro. We
but
ain't
that's the
read
same
this
thing.
yet.
Isn't it the same thing here? Somebody else wrote this about what he means by variety.
No, that's actually what it is on this book, yo. No, it ain't no somebody nothing. That's actually the conversation they was going through with his book. And he said, it's a scientific book, yo. They're not gonna just not understand what the title means. Come on, Ron. That's an unnecessary fight.
I'm not fighting. I'm just saying. You're saying
no. This is different. This is a person 100 years later writing something. And with an opinion, it's an opinion piece, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Right here they go. I don't even know if they. Who is these people? You gonna make me read this? Noble. What? Chad Warwick ain't a doctor amongst them. Hold on, let me see. Nah, let me see. You gonna make me
hit on
read
their
this?
names and see if they have.
You gonna make me read this?
What are they doing?
They
Hit their names. Political scientists. Next. Go to chat, please. Oh, he's a scientist, vice president of the National STEM Program and Tech Initiatives. Go to Ambrose. Geneticist.
Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth. Get him for the show. Environmentalist, climate activist.
Now we gotta find a damn statement. Ron, you force us into it.
Let me read it real quick. Let me just start. How long does this go? Okay, go back up. Go back up. You just missed it. He's talking about Charles Murray in here too. Oh no, we got to read this. We got to read this first and then come back. Oh, here the Darwin describes that what he calls the gradations between the highest.
All right, there you go.
Men of the highest races and the lowest savages. He used the word savages to describe black and indigenous. Although Charles Darwin proposed that humans have a common ancestor, he also advocated for hierarchy of races, with white people higher than others. And the descent of men, Charles describes what he calls the gradations between the highest men of the highest races.
This guy is saying that he was a racist.
Can you see if they got a reference for that, like a page number?
So he's saying Darwin was a racist book.
So where's Darwin's book?
Right here, I just hit it, clicked on it. Darwin, Descent of Man in relation to sex. That's John Murray. Oh, that's somebody else writing it. Oh shit. That ain't even Darwin's book. Okay. I know how to do this. Okay.
So these guys are saying that Darwin is a racist.
I find that a bit problematic.
Why?
Send you the link. So
the link. Send the link.
Chilimboy one. I don't. Where you get this link from? Did you send this to me? I don't see this. But
no, I didn't send it to you. I'll you know, Ron gonna find.
Put it in the back. Can you put it in the back for me so I can copy
that's a good thing. Hey, Ron, that's a good thing. Ron, no sir.
Yeah, it's a good source, Ron.
Yeah, Ron, that's a good.
You put it in the private chat for me, please.
Yeah, we're not doing that, Ron. We're not running from the smoke, Ronnie. Ron, you gotta.
Yeah, never. We have to dissect this ish.
Yeah, we gotta see what it's saying. What they saying? I like to hear intelligent black people speak on the subject, yo. Yeah, we get it. Bam.
The StreamYard link. I need that. The source link right here. Can you send that to the private chat?
Yeah, I want to read that.
Please.
You don't want to read that.
Yes, Marcus asked for it. You already know Marcus be on the JLB.
Marcus ain't gonna read that.
Give me the link. Thank you.
Give me the link.
Yeah, but even if Darwin was a racist, that doesn't take away from his work, right?
Exactly.
I mean, so
Yeah,
we could
but that
just
ain't what they saying. That ain't saying they trying to say. So they you read what they saying. It's right there.
yeah.
How you going? How that don't make sense to me right there. Y'all make that make sense. I'd rather go with he was a racist than go
That's what I'm
with
saying.
that. Yeah, it don't make sense. Look, although Charles Darwin opposed slavery and proposed that humans have a common ancestor, he also advocated the hierarchy of race. How?
Why doesn't that make sense? They're just saying that
Because then you're doing the same
he's
thing
saying
everybody else did, and your theory didn't teach you nothing that you came up with.
no, he's saying that all humans had a common ancestor, and fundamentally they have the same biology. He's just saying that some are more superior than others.
I thought he was saying the culture was more superior. That's what he was saying. The culture, yo. The culture, bro. He thought the culture was that.
Yeah, I mean he's saying the hierarchy of races. He didn't say
He wasn't doing the racist. I'm trying to tell
or
you.
is that the hierarchy of varieties? I'm not sure yet.
Look, see, it's confusing.
No, I'm just not. I was being a little funny.
He playing.
My bad. I'm just playing with you.
Funny.
They're being funny, but he's talking about people, right? He's talking about humanity. So, let me ask the question: why can't you accept the fact that he could? It appears.
I said I can accept the fact that if you want to make him racist, okay, but I can't accept the fact that the man ain't understand his own theory. That's why I have questions at. It doesn't make sense, Ron.
They say up your game, Ron. They in the chat saying up your game, Ron. We passed that. Racist or not, it don't change. He laid the groundwork for the out of Africa theory. I don't think no real racist would have ever done such a thing. Do you? They know better.
Yeah, I can't go up.
Yeah. Nah, that ain't making sense.
You don't think
he ain't staying on code. He ain't staying on code. That's what I can tell you. And to sit down and be taught by a once an enslaved man, that ain't on code. He didn't sit with that man thinking he was superior to him. He saw what that man, as humble as he wanted to be, and learn everything he could from that man to perfect let me ask you a question. Craft.
How many of us have worked in an office with our white counterparts, having to teach them things, and then they still feel like they're superior to us? How many people have had situations like that?
I've never had that situation. You?
Yeah, but do they ever
say,
oh yeah, such and such taught me everything I know, or do people know that? But people know that John Edmonstone taught Charles Darwin. I'm sure he spoke of him. You feel me? I'm just saying.
But that doesn't mean he didn't feel superior to him.
Yeah, but he wasn't acting superior. When he was learning from that man, he definitely wasn't acting superior when he gave credence to Africa being the birthplace of humans.
But again, that's
modern humans.
It's my example of working with white counterparts. You teaching them. You teaching them
working with white counterparts. They ain't giving you no type of credit. They ain't gonna give you shit, right? They ain't gonna say, "Oh, such and such, taught me this." They gonna take it and claim it like they always had it, and they're gonna leave you in the dust. I know from personal experience.
Yeah, so you've experienced that then.
Oh yeah. Some white quote unquote friends that I've known for 15, almost 20 years. I became their boss, and that is changed. Yeah, boy. So
you're saying
I have my own personal thing, but I'm not gonna project that on anybody else as a human.
No,
you feel me?
I'm trying to answer your question about why Charles Darwin could learn at the feet of this black man, but still feel superior to him.
A slave. But no, racists think that slaves are less intelligent. I mean, black people, Africans are less intelligent. So why would you want to learn from somebody who's less intelligent? Plus you're a man of the upper echelon of society, first of all, and so is your family. High respect and regard it. So why would you even do that? I mean, to me, it ain't making logical sense. If you are racist and you go by that, like, why are you doing that?
I think he felt like European culture was more superior, and that European culture have reached the heights of culture. Yo, that's what I think.
But yeah,
I don't think he reached the heights of biology.
As far as like civilization, though,
Yeah, right.
Me?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that.
As far as like civilized, yeah, right? Because they had all the leading technology then. You know, they had the swagged out, you feel me, designer clothes and stuff. Because you know, even like I used to be in couture, fashion couture, really bad. And when you look at the history of like Gucci and Louis, all of them got their starts during that time. Like Gucci, they usually actually make saddlebags that go on horses. That's how they got their claim to fame. You get what I'm saying? So it was like all that like lush high couture fashion gets its start in those time periods being functional pieces of clothing. But anyway, that's a little history on it. So yeah, they had the best of everything, technology, fashion. You feel me? They were very cultured, right? That was very civilized. Yeah, but that's how they rated civilization, by that. I mean, isn't it like some truth that even in the scientific community, Bobby, that they're questioning how they define civilization versus the old way?
Yeah, they don't do it like that no more.
Yeah, but when Darwin was talking about the gradations between the white race and the black race, that gradation, wasn't he talking? He said that their culture was higher, but he was also implying that they were somehow better.
Yep.
So we're more civilized.
So then he was a racist then.
All right.
Okay.
No.
What you want to? So where do we go from Charles Darwin is a racist? What do you want us to do? Does that mean that we should not?
Yeah. What does that do for you?
I
know what it do for me. What did this gonna tell it, Ron? Hey, Ron, knowing that, what does that do to you?
No, I'm just saying that. Only thing it does for me is only thing it does for me.
We admit it. Serial killers say Charles Darwin is a racist.
Yeah, it's just that,
and we on record. He's a racist, y'all. What next?
Yeah, we're gonna do out. I don't know what to do.
What next? That's what I want. I want somebody to give me the what next. What are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to ignore everything he's done? We supposed to throw away the out of Africa theory? Shit. I wish somebody would.
What are they saying in the chat?
Got it, Chilimwe. Drop the y'all hit that link. What's your name? The doctor. I need the doctor and the professor on the panel. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, I got incoming. Hold up. Okay. Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so the full quote. So nor is the different slight and moral disposition between a barbarian. Let's start over. Nor is the different slight and moral disposition between a barbarian, such as the man described by the old navigator Byron, who dashed his child on the rocks for dropping a blanket or sea urchins, and a Howard or Clarkson, and an intellect between a savage who uses hardly any abstract terms, and a Newton or Shakespeare. Differences of this kind between the highest men of the highest races and the lowest savages are connected by the finest gradations. Therefore, it is possible that they might pass and be developed into each other. That's what Chilimwe wanted me to read as the whole quote. I would say, we want to give me some context, Chilimwe, because I'm sure you've dissected the meaning. Of course, I would have to read that
So, Ron, where you at, Ron?
Yeah, I'm here.
You never answered the question. You ducking.
No, I think I accidentally kicked myself off. So what's the question again?
You're ducking.
What's the question?
Now we know that Darwin is a racist.
Where are we going?
Now, what does that change for you? Does that invalidate scientific information?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't invalidate. Like for you, knowing that Newton was a deist, that doesn't invalidate his theories, right?
Boy, Ron,
let me make this connection before anybody else do, Juju. I gotta do that. So Charles Murray was a racist, right?
Charles Murray is a racist.
Yeah. And the people he
Yeah,
used was racist, right? So let's look at Charles Darwin the same
I
way.
missed
I
that
think
last.
that's important. I think that's important. You agree, Juju?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
the question will be asked. Then, Unc, if you feel that way about Charles Darwin, about Charles Darwin, then you should feel the same way about Murray and the other guy, right? Why are you letting them off the hook? Well, let's not let nobody off the hook. Let's let their work stand on their own. We're gonna look at them real hard, like we looking at them real hard, and realize that they biases dove all on their work. Let's look at Darwin's work real hard. I said it all the time. It don't matter if you're racist or not. It's about how your work stands. Can we verify your
Yeah,
work? We can verify Charles Darwin work because it's incontrovertible.
yeah.
But even though he was a racist, his scientific theory holds true. If that's how y'all want to say it. There you go. What's up, Chilimbe, Pseudo Killer Official? What's up with you and Cedric Ortega? Pseudo Killer Official.
What's up, everybody? What's up?
How you doing, man? You all right? How you
Hey,
feeling,
Chill.
baby, brother? You good?
Hey, Cedric.
What's good? What's good? It is interesting to see and navigate these discussions, and again, it is always rooted in fundamental misunderstanding, misinterpreting of the data, making false conclusions. We're talking about genes and genetic intelligence, human intelligence. Every aspect of a human behavior is rooted in genes. When we talk about intelligence, we talk about human intelligence. Its levels of expression is based on environmental factors. And this goes all across the board. If you fundamentally misunderstand what is being said, how to engage with the data, you're going to run off on these tangents. We're now here discussing the opinions of a political scientist who has no background in evolutionary biology and uses blatant racist, a self-proclaimed racist, work that has been identified as pseudoscientific. It is ridiculous that we are having this discussion in our community. We're all intelligent people up here. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So that quote that I put up there, he's actually making the opposite argument. He's talking about barbarians and the savages, but he's saying that the gradation between what is considered to be an intellectual person, such as Shakespeare, and what is considered to be a savage, there's very little gradation. That means there's very little difference. So much so that one could be in exchange with the other, which is that very last statement. So context matters, right? And I think we just need to keep things in its proper context. So the statement that Juju read, that's what he's talking about. And it's a very interesting statement because he's arguing about intelligence even in that. Suggesting that what we may consider to be wide gradation differences between what we call the superior races, superior men and the superior races, is very little from the differences in what we consider the lowest of the savage races, and that they're so closely connected that it would easily to interchange them between each other, which is right in line with the theory of evolution in that regard.
Oh,
So I just wanted to come up and clarify that statement. Now, as far as hierarchy, I'm not going to front and act like I don't think that Black Americans is the truth,
mm-hmm.
right? But that
Mm.
doesn't mean that I minimize those from the Caribbean, those from other parts of the world. But there's always that little bias in that the way my family do things, I think is the best. You'll find that in all human existence. So it's always good to keep the proper context. So I just wanted to jump on right quick and clarify that statement, and I'll put the page number in the Discord for everybody on where that's found in the Descent of Man. Okay.
As
We might
always.
have to.
Yeah.
I'm
As
saying we might have to dedicate a show just to like do that again and break that down and show that, giving page numbers, because nobody can ever give us a page number where Darwin was racist. You know what I'm saying? So
make it make sense.
yeah, that's
Juju.
beautiful.
Every time we see a racist work, we see pseudo-scientific, we see a cherry picking of data, we see all the attributes that is going to skew the work. Darwin, if he was such a racist, would any of his work be focused on making Africa the origins of human beings?
Right.
Like, come on, folks. If that is implicit bias, we have seen over the last couple of days what implicit bias looks like and the conclusions that are reached thereof. And you can conclude that Darwin is a racist when all of his work has led to overturning the status quo and these archaic pseudoscientific ideas. Make it make sense. Just logic.
So, I guess I'm trying to understand why you're saying that it's mutually exclusive that he could be a racist but still say that human origins were in Africa. Why is that mutually exclusive?
Because every racist that we've ever read about
ever in the history of humanity
is talking about Genesis, has a polygenist ideal about, human evolution. Every last one of them. I have not come across one blatant racist that thinks differently. And the modern ones, they can't deny out of Africa theory, especially if they call themselves scientists, or they would have been long, thrown out of the community or labeled pseudo or whatnot. So they stay like underground with it a little bit. You feel me? And just like supported the Pioneer Fund and done other BS. But never in any of my readings or reading about different people have I ever come across a gentleman that we know that think Africans are just the scum of the earth, or think, or is a blatant racist that abides by the out of Africa theory. I have not ever seen one.
But even
hold on for a minute. Hold on, we're gonna read the source. This is the out of y'all see what this is, right? I mean, Darwin was he was a wild racist then.
Yeah.
Wow, he's the wildest race I've ever seen in my life, yo. I was saying, yo. Here you go. The recent African
origins of modern humans.
Let's come to the history of it. Go ahead, Juju. We had the history of it. Go ahead.
The timeline of human evolution, paleoanthropology, and history of paleoanthropology. So the cladistic relationship of humans with the African apes was suggested by Charles Darwin after studying the behavior of African apes, one of which was displayed at the London Zoo. The anatomist Thomas Huxley had also supported the hypothesis and suggested that African apes have a close evolutionary relationship with humans. These views were opposed by the German biologist Ernest Haeckel, who was a proponent of the out of Asia theory. Haeckel argued that humans were more closely related to the primates of Southeast Asia and rejected Darwin's African hypothesis.
Y'all know who this is, right? That's Haeckel.
Damn.
You know who used this the other day, right?
Fetty didn't use this.
No, it wasn't Fetty. It was the other guy.
Oh, no. I'm about to
Lex.
say.
Remember Lex came on here and showed that and read and got and
Oh,
did all that. Remember?
I missed that.
I saved it for him. He said
Oh.
Darwin agrees with him and all. He said that. Remember he said that?
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
hell.
So we just got him out the game. Again, we continuously get the pseudos out the game.
Continue.
On a continual basis, on a continual,
Every
highly
day.
motivated basis.
Keep bringing
every
sources,
day.
guys. Keep bringing y'all sources.
Every day.
Yeah, pseudo sources are the best sources, really.
So keep going. Go ahead. So that man I just showed you, he rejected Darwin's theory. Keep going and watch this.
In The Descent of Man, Darwin speculated that humans had descended from apes, which still had small brains but walked upright, freeing their hands for uses which favored intelligence. He thought such apes were African. In each great region of the world, the living mammals are closely related to the extinct species of the same region. It is therefore probable that Africa was formerly inhabited by extinct apes closely allied to the gorilla and chimpanzee. And as these two species are now man's nearest allies, it is somewhat more probable that our early progenitors lived on the African continent than elsewhere. But it is useless to speculate on this subject, for an ape nearly as large as a man, namely the Dryopithecus of Lartet, which was closely allied to the anthropomorphous heliobats, existed in Europe during the Upper Miocene period, and since so remote a period, the Earth has certainly undergone many great revolutions, and there has been ample time for migration on the largest scale.
You see how he uses the word allies here? He isn't using it as in the way that we use it today. You see how language changed. So when we're talking about races, Darwin isn't talking about races in the way we use the word. He's not talking about our allies in terms of relationship. He's talking about our closest ancestors, our closest living relatives. He's not talking in the context of a relationship like allies.
Great point.
Note that.
So, this is the scientific prediction here. What he said up right there, what she just read, was the scientific prediction. But why was that? Because, here you go, Juju.
In 1871, there were hardly any human fossils of ancient hominins available. Almost 50 years later, Darwin's speculation was supported when anthropologists began finding fossils of ancient small-brained hominins in several areas of Africa. The hypothesis of recent, as opposed to archaic, African origins developed in the 20th century. The recent African origins of modern humans means single origin, monogenism, and has been used in various contexts as an antonym to polygenism. The debate in anthropology, Coons,
swung in the favor of monogenes. The debate in anthropology has swung in the favor of monogenism by the mid-20th century. Isolated proponents of polygenism held forth in the mid-20th century, such as Carlton Coon. Remember Carlton Coon?
Coon.
That's a hell of a name, bro.
As late as 1962, that Homo sapiens arose 5 times from erectus in 5 places. Very interesting work right there.
Mr. Coon.
You said the guy, Mr. Coon himself.
So what you're saying is that Darwin didn't believe in races per se, as we would use the word today.
Right. He wasn't saying that.
But so he's just basically saying that there's a hierarchy of populations, of different populations of people.
So there's a variety of populations.
But he's saying there's a hierarchy too, though, right?
And culture.
Yeah. I mean, and intelligence and everything else.
No,
No,
because he didn't want because by the time he made his trip, I played the book the other day, yo. In the book, yo, he was like, "Nah, yo, they just as intelligent." You would. There's no. I mean, if be honest with you, yo, if you just honest with yourself, yo, and for the first time you go out, you leave with your biases, right? And you think that European culture is the best culture, right? And you thinking that until you start getting places where y'all run out of something and you're in an indigenous place and they give you something to do something that your more superior culture couldn't even do, right? Then you start to teach them, you reach out to some indigenous people, you teach them your language and they can do the same thing you can do. At a certain point, yo, if you're a scientist, you're going to start evaluating all that data. You're going to realize, man, first of all, he never thought that they wasn't humans. He just didn't because he was a monogenist. His religion told him that God made everybody. So obviously God gave everybody the same faculties, bro.
Well, plus he learned at the feet of Edmund Stone, right?
Yeah, he learned at the feet of Edmondson, but he paid him. He wasn't where he paid him.
That's okay. I'm just saying that he obviously knew that.
Yeah. So why?
Black people were intelligent.
Yeah, hey Juju, why would he learn? Why would he learn something from an ignorant?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
his whole career path.
Sense, bro.
The man changed his whole career path. Are y'all listening? He changed his whole career path talking to Emerson. He was going to be a surgeon. He switched it to what Emerson was doing. Crazy. Anyway, I don't know, man. You know what? I don't know. What do you want me to say?
No, follow the ignorance.
It's just clear that it's clear that I think that the people can hold more than one idea in their head at a time. And he could have clearly believed that he was superior to Edmund Stone. And
just listen to him and change his whole career.
And still learn. Because like
he changed the whole career.
Well, I mean, you say he didn't want to be a surgeon.
No.
You say he didn't want to be a surgeon, though.
He did. He was
following
the footsteps of his parents, yo.
But I thought you said he didn't. But he didn't want to be one, though.
Now, after he talked to Edmondson,
yeah.
He's like, oh, that's.
Well, let's say he entered into the conversation thinking he was superior. How long did that superiority last when he conformed to what Edmonton was doing? Analyze the data in front of you.
Yeah, I mean, that.
Yes. Oh, yeah, you're in the twilight zone. Think about it.
Yes.
I'm waiting on a response.
Yes. Try to respond.
Give me a logical answer to that. Even if I entered into the conversation thinking I was smarter, then this dude hits me with some stuff. I go, whoa, wait a minute. And it changed my whole religion. It changed my whole direction. It changes my whole outlook. Do you think I came out of the conversation with the same idea that I went into it with? Well, even at that point, Ron.
No, I mean, but you're saying he changed because of Edmonston. There's no record that he changed because of Edmonston. Is there?
What's the record that states he's a racist?
I'm going by what we were reading today. I mean, even Ankh agreed that he was a racist.
No, that was for the benefit of the doubt to move the argument forward. Again, even if he was a racist, let's look at his work. His work stands on its own. And when we compare his work to blatant racist, we see that a particular pattern develops. Pseudoscientific, confirmation bias, cherry-picking data, misuse of sources, etc., etc. None of that is applicable to Darwin. Not even his words indicate him being a racist. So how do you conclude that?
Let's face it, during Darwin's time and in Darwin's social status, or social system, whites at that time were not competing with people from all over the world for jobs or for educational opportunities or et cetera, name it.
Ron, you picked up the goalpost and you ran across the field.
How do you know until you let me finish talking? How do you know this? So since they were not, since he wasn't competing, he didn't have to come out and say, like some of the blatant racists say today. He didn't come out and have to say, "Oh, we're white people are genetically more superior to blacks," because it was a different time. It was understood. That was just understood to people like Darwin in that time, that they were superior.
So now you're making an assumption which goes against everything he did in his work.
What do you mean goes against everything he did in his work?
Didn't you just hear anything that Chilimwe articulated?
I did.
And what did you conclude out of what Chilimwe articulated?
What I got out of it was that the Darwin, the way he understood that there was one species of man, there was one human being, and that human being was broken into different populations, and then there was a hierarchy of those populations.
You use this word hierarchy, but didn't Darwin conclude that the savage and the civilized man they could be interchangeable? Ultimately concluding that there was no distinct difference between the two. So what's the hierarchy you're talking about? The more developed civilization, he acknowledged that, and that's a matter of fact. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that mean the people are inferior? He didn't conclude that. He concluded the opposite, that the two are interchangeable.
So when he used words like savages and things like that, he didn't mean nothing by it. He just said we're there compared to us as savages.
The same way allies doesn't mean that the chimpanzee and us are sitting down deciding how they're going to attack the Russians. The same way savage just meant a description of the way they lived in comparison to the European way of living. He concluded, though, that these two were interchangeable. What does that say to you, Ron?
But did he conclude they were equal?
I got a source. You ready, Juju?
Yep.
All right. So first of all, I'm going to do this, and we're going to talk about the career path of Darwin, the most ridiculous racist in the history of time. He's a ridiculous man. That's how racist he is. It's hard to quantify that. Go ahead, Juju.
John Edmonstone, a formerly enslaved man from Guyana, played a pivotal role in Charles Darwin's development as a naturalist in 1826.
Hello, what?
As a naturalist.
The super racist is letting the man change his career path. Do you know how serious it was back then? Darwin's family was rich, yo. And in them days, you followed in the damn footsteps of your daggone father. His father was damn disappointed in him. He wanted him to be a surgeon. Not a damn hoobly-gosh. Whatever the hell you think you're doing, bro. I don't know what you think you're doing. Surgeon is what we do in this family.
And that was big back in the day.
Big. What do you mean?
Yeah.
What you talking about? It's the level. So go ahead. So he listened to this and slave. Go ahead, watch.
In 1826, while Darwin was a medical student at the University of Edinburgh, he took taxidermy lessons.
Hold on. He's in school, Ron. Let me add that to it. It wasn't like he was like, I ain't gonna go to school because it's black man. No, the dude in school, man. He's already enrolled. He's taking classes. Money has been spent, bro. Keep going.
He took taxidermy lessons from Edmonstone, who had established himself as a skilled taxidermist in the city. These lessons were significant for several reasons. Practical skills. Edmonstone taught Darwin the art of preserving animal specimens, a skill that proved invaluable during Darwin's later voyage on the HMS Beagle. The ability to preserve specimens allowed Darwin to collect and study a wide variety of animals, contributing to his foundational observations on evolution.
All right, so the skill he teaches, man, was foundational to get to the evolution thing.
You know what taxidermy is, right?
Yeah, the stuff in animals.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, just making sure Ron is with us.
Asking Ron.
You're with me, right? All right.
Keep going. Just a big
Exposure to natural history. Beyond technical skills, Edmund Stone shared his extensive knowledge of tropical wildlife and the South American rainforest.
Stop for a minute.
Regions.
Stop. His extensive knowledge. This man, listen, I'm gonna look y'all in the face. That I don't need to read it. I'm gonna tell you right now. Natural selection is one of them things, yo, you can learn in your damn backyard. It just takes a certain level of intelligence.
Correct.
So this man has extensive knowledge on the diversity of this damn rainforest. So he already know white people tripping. He already see the diversity in life. He see different types of frogs. He see all that. Already see it. He blessing Darwin with that. Go ahead.
Regions. Knowledge of the tropical wildlife in South American rainforest regions he was familiar with from his earlier life. These discussions likely ignited Darwin's interest in tropical ecosystems, and the diversity of life, influencing his decision to pursue natural history over medicine.
Sure. Keep going.
So I wanted to add this, natural history is really big, Ron. Like if you go to Boston to Howard University, they have a museum of natural history. And it's fascinating, right? Not only does it have like specimens of different preserved animals, but then it goes into geology, which leads into like space exploration and all that type of stuff. It's pretty fascinating though. So I'm just telling you, that's big. While it's challenging to quantify the exact impact of Edmund Stone's mentorship, it's evident that his influence contributed to Darwin's shift from a medical career to one in natural history. This mentorship provided Darwin with both the practical skills and the inspiration necessary for his future scientific endeavors.
So maybe they just thought Darwin was sitting there and just popped up and said, yeah. He was already tinkering with trying to figure out how human beings came to be or how life worked. This man pushed him over the edge. He gave him something to add to it. He said, yeah, yo, like if you go to like the rainforest, you'll not just see one frog. Darwin, look, y'all. He gave it to Darwin the way Darwin gave it to y'all. Darwin didn't even talk about humans, yo. Y'all didn't know that in his first scientific treatise, he didn't talk about humans. What did he talk about, Juju? Watch this. What did he talk about, Juju, in his first book? You muted, Juju. Cedric, what did he talk about in his first book? Juju tapped out.
He talked about animals. He talked about the tail, the extended length of the dragonfly's ability to lay in the sand. He talked about the beaks of the finches. He talked about animals, flora and fauna.
He talked about the diversity, though, didn't he?
Yeah, the diversity.
That's what really got him. Remember I talked about the daggone the moth that had the was pollinating. I forget the name of the daggone flower. What was it?
It's an orchid.
An orchid. Man, pollinate the orchid. He was like, wait a minute, man. This orchid is very long. We have not found that moth with a long enough stem to get down, you know what I'm saying, to pollinate it. He said, I guarantee you later on, somewhere down the line, we're going to find it. Guess what? 50 years later, they found the daggone moth with the long enough stem to do that. Diversity, man. So Emerson hipped him to the diversity. Look, bro, you ain't even been here. Look, this is diverse right here. He was like, really? He said, yeah, he talked about the different frogs. And man, he's teaching them a class on how to stuff animals, yo. So he's giving them a class on that. He's talking about, man, it ain't just one bird, all kind of birds.
Yeah.
So
birds have lots of variations, varieties, and diversity.
This is in England. This black Guyanese is established. He has an office. Darwin freely chooses to go to him. are we looking at him as a blatant racist?
Nah, yo, we ain't gonna look at him as blatant, right? I don't know, yo. Maybe the stage is toward or something.
I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see which member of the Ku Klux Klan is walking in to the pseudo killers Discord trying to learn evolution.
Well, I assume
Fought your whole idea.
I assume taxonomy was probably a rare skill, a rare skill to have. And so, if Edmonstone was the only one in town, of course, that's where he would have went.
All right, what's your point? But they know he was black, though. He was like, he had to go to a black person. You made that up.
No, you don't know if I'm making it up or not. You don't know what the situation was.
It up. I know.
You don't know that.
You made that up. Yeah, you made that up though. Because you didn't get that from a source. You made it up.
I'm trying to answer Cedric. He's asking the question. It's a hypothetical question. Why would a person who may be racist go to a black person to learn a skill if he was truly a racist? I'm saying that it's possible if there was nobody else in town to learn the skill from. Except for
why would he pay him? Why didn't make him do it for free?
Because the guy owned the business. The guy would have refused to do it. He wasn't a slave.
Okay. What's the time period? Is it doing slavery or what?
No, I'm not sure if they had slavery in England during that time. I doubt
it was abolished.
Yeah.
What's up, Mr. Phillip? It was abolished.
So there was no slave then?
Abolished. It was slaves in America.
I'm saying this is Europe, though.
Yep. You're right. But he changed his whole career path. Explain that.
What's that?
He changed his whole career path, yo.
No, I mean,
explain that. So since when do a racist?
I don't know the history. I don't know the history of.
We just read it.
Charles Darwin.
We just read it.
But I would have. Well, I mean, those.
Said he was in school. No, he was in school.
I
just dropped the sources for you. There you go, biologist, Royal Society of Biology. Yo, there you go. That's another one.
Yeah. But what you started the conversation with was that he didn't want to be a surgeon. He didn't want to be in med school.
And so he chooses to go to an ignorant Negro, which he feels is inferior to him, to decide what his future is going to be.
No, he may have already wanted to do this before he even met Edmonton.
And he goes to the ignorant Negro, which he thinks is inferior to him, to learn.
No, he goes to this skilled black man to learn a skill that he imagined he may need when he started his life's career.
You forgot inferior black man. Continue.
You said they was inferior. You said he was inferior. Remember?
I didn't say. I never said he was. I never said that. I never said that.
You said Darwin thought that he was inferior.
No, I never said Darwin. Wait a minute.
Yes, he did. That's why I quoted it precisely like that.
You guys are making stuff up now. Like,
no, you said that.
I never said he thought.
If there's a hierarchy,
I said that
there's a hierarchy.
Let me tell you what I said. I said,
you're lying and your pet dog is a lie.
I said,
pet dog, leave the dog alone. Leave the dog alone.
Pet dog
I love a dog. I love dogs.
I said that Darwin.
Pick up the goalpost again. There we go.
Darwin could think that he was superior. That he was superior to Edmonstone and still go to him.
Stop this bullshit, Ron. I'm sorry.
No, you guys start this.
Darwin thinks he's superior. That would mean that he thought the black man was inferior, Ron.
I never said that he said he was inferior. I said I even said that he could have thought that Edmonton was the exception to the rule. I even said that.
He could have thought that Edmonton could have fly.
Can I bet that now?
You're doing a great job.
I mean, I know,
hey, Ron, you're doing a great job, Ron. Great job. We're gonna keep listening. Keep carry on, Ron. Go ahead, Ron.
I mean, I understand you guys. I understand Darwin is a group hero and stuff.
Yeah, he's a group hero.
Here we go.
There we go. Keep it going, Ron.
I'm just saying that. I understand that. And you guys trying to
The
trying to
attempts to
defend them.
poison the well have started, ladies and
But
gentlemen.
no, I'm not trying to poison the well. I'm just saying that you guys.
You're just
The
saying.
nuclear
No,
reactor
you guys
leaking
don't
in the
believe that a
well.
guy.
Things
You guys
are
don't believe
That's
that Darwin could
poison
be
in
a
the well.
racist.
I'm just saying.
You guys don't believe that
just
Darwin
saying.
could be a racist. Why don't you believe that Darwin could be
So
a racist?
let me say this. It's actually beyond the pale, yo.
Yeah.
So if the group is going to have a hero,
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't the group have a hero that literally laid the foundation to destroy the mindset, not the mindset, but at least to destroy the pseudoscientific idea of race, yo? Wouldn't that be somebody you would pick as one of your heroes? Yeah, at least one of them.
Yeah.
That would be right, Ron. Think about he changed. Yo, if not for Darwin, yo, you still think you came. Well, shit, you still think you came from intelligent designer, so you ain't changed. But you still think you came from Adam and Eve, not from Darwin, yo. They was right there. You came. All humans came out the garden, yo, before Charles Darwin, yo.
There's a
Not unless
difference
you was
between
in other places. Come on, yo.
I know, but you can
Like,
defend. You can defend
I don't
Charles
gotta
Darwin's
defend him, yo. He
theory.
defend himself,
and
yo.
still-
You
and
wouldn't
he
even
can
know
still
you
be
came
a
from
racist.
Africa if not for Darwin, yo.
But all I'm
You
saying is
wouldn't
that
even know it. Hold on.
Charles Darwin theory could still be valid, but he could still be a racist.
We ain't knocking that, but I'm saying, but
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
So maybe I got a race. So if I'm gonna pick a racist, I'm gonna pick that racist to be my hero.
No,
yo.
yeah, okay. I mean, that's fine. I'm just saying.
Why wouldn't you though?
No.
Yo, you didn't know you came from Africa, Ron. You don't know you come from Africa. You say you come from intelligent designer, Ron. I don't even know how you get to Africa, Ron. Do hold on? I'm gonna ask you this question. Watch this. You're already in a trap when you ask the question. Hey, Ron.
Yes.
Do humans come from Africa?
Yes, of course.
How do you know that?
I mean, that's a well-established theory.
No,
that's a well-established theory, right?
Is it what?
That's a well-established theory.
No.
From who though?
From Charles Darwin.
Oh, there you go again.
But he can still be a racist.
Back to Darwin
But can he still be a racist? But can he still be a racist?
Yes, he can. However,
yeah, he can. But he's the wildest racist on earth,
Full
though.
stop. Full stop. He can still be a racist.
Full
stop.
Reports that claim.
Full stop. He can still be a racist.
He could be.
Yo, he's the wildest racist known to man.
No, he's not the wildest.
He got to be.
Why?
Because his grandfather started the abolition movement. This man is an abolitionist.
Okay.
His wife is an abolitionist. He loved his wife to death.
Yeah.
His theory actually supports the work of his wife and his grandfather and his whole family. His religion say, yo, don't do it. Don't mess with slavery. His religion tell him that all humans is created equally from the creator. That's his religion tell him that. This shit, the crazy stuff in here. He don't even come to America because of slavery. He never came to America for slavery. He almost get put off the damn boat in the middle of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? In his expedition, because he argued with another white man over a black person.
Yeah.
Don't you mistreat that black man. That's why I say he's a wild racist.
Wild.
So is Newton a
wild
scientist? Is Newton a wild scientist?
And the
savage Newton a wild scientist?
Interchangeable. So he concludes that the people that are inferior and the people that are superior.
You got me, Ron.
Interchangeable.
Is Sir Isaac Newton a wild scientist?
I don't know. No, not like Darwin.
He was a deist, but he
ain't wild. No, because science don't say you can't believe in God. What I will tell you is this, though, Ron. Hey, Ron, do you not realize
what's the difference?
I'm gonna show you the difference, Ron.
There's no difference.
Listen, Ron. Look, man, Darwin is a wild guy.
So is Newton, right?
Yo, what races you know say, yo, we come from Africa, yo. Think about that, yo. You enslaving people, yo. You saying they're not even humans. So you basically saying you coming from a non-humans. Yo, that's wild, yo. From Africa, yo. Where everybody naked? Remember, everybody was naked when they ran across them, so it seemed.
So when Newton came up with celestial mechanics,
it's different. I don't know about that.
Why is that different?
I want to talk about that.
He said that God was behind all of this stuff.
Yo, his work was dedicated.
But why do you say Newton
dedicated,
wasn't wild?
Yo, the abolishing slavery on black people, yo. His life was dedicated. I'm gonna say this again, yo. Yo, he's an abolitionist, yo.
And that doesn't mean he doesn't believe in
he has some
superiority of white people.
Whatever, yo.
He could still believe in the superiority of white people. and still come up with the theory of evolution and say people that
That's what make them
human
wild.
origins are in Africa.
Yeah. To say that the inferior people and the superior people are interchangeable just based on the environment is wild. And that to be a racist and say I can be inferior tomorrow just based on the environment that I come from, that's a wild racism.
Where you at, Juju? Where you at, Juju?
That's a wild racist, Ron.
Where you at, Ju?
I mean, those
that
are
would
your
be
words.
it's interchangeable with millions of years in between it, right?
Yeah, we're gonna wait. We're gonna give you a second. Juju, where you at? Was Charles Darwin an abolitionist? Yes. Charles Darwin was a staunch abolitionist. Why they put the word staunch there?
Staunch. That means he stood on that.
What?
He's staunch. That not he. There was no middle
Look,
ground.
hold on. Let me play. Look. Staunch. Look. A loyal, committed attitude, loud. Look, a loyal and committed in attitude, yo.
Loud. Standing on that.
Still doesn't mean he wasn't a racist.
Look, strong conviction, firm. That's why I say the wildest racist I ever met in my life, yo.
Wildest.
Lincoln was an abolitionist, and he said blacks and whites can never get along in this country.
Look at this. Who actively opposed slavery throughout his life. What was the foundation of slavery based on?
Lincoln was an abolitionist, and he believed that white people were superior to blacks.
I don't know. He don't got a record like this. Look, his family, we talking about his family. Background and personal experiences significantly influenced his anti-slavery stance. Family influence. Darwin's grandfather, Erasmus Darwin, was a prominent physician. See, his grandfather was a what?
Doesn't mean anything.
Hold on, yo, we try to make this point. Remember that career path we talking about, boy?
Yep.
Prominent.
And a poet known for his strong abolition views. He was a close friend of George Wedgwood, a leading figure in the abolition movement, so he'd be top notch. Wedgwood created the famous medallion predicting, look, a chained slave with the caption, look, am I not a man and a brother? Oh, man. He hanging out with people that make medallions just saying, yo, man, that's my brother.
We equal.
That's my brother, yo.
We equal. You're not
which became a symbol of the abolitionary cause.
Yeah. You guys
man, they got the whole world.
Look, read the book,
how Darwin felt about slavery. Yo, they got the medallion. Y'all see the medallion? Oh,
Right.
they ain't blowing it up.
I'm just saying, you guys read the book Animal Farm, where
the abolitionists considered
some animals are more equal than others.
The abolitionists considered man, the African, both man and brother.
You'll put Lincoln with Darwin.
No, I'm just saying that you using the word. You
equated
brought the
him
word abolitionist. I'm just saying that you could be an abolitionist.
Equal
still
in
believe
every aspect. So both as man and as brother. So that's a direct equal. That's a pure equation. You're not other. You're both man and brother.
I wonder what ChatGPT was saying.
And brother. This is a stance. What does that mean to you?
What would ChatGPT say if you asked the question, did Charles Darwin believe in a hierarchy of races?
Probably said he might have, yo. Might say
Yeah. He might say he did believe in it, right?
He might say, yeah.
You've already read it, so you already know. You're like a lawyer. You already know the answer to the question.
Right. I know.
You already know the answer to the question, right?
Yeah, I ain't hiding up, yo.
Okay, so that should settle it, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But you won't answer the question. Why is that important to you, yo?
No, I'm saying that it's not important to me in terms of saying that the theory itself is valid. I'm just saying that. I'm just saying that because race is like anybody else. They can come up with good ideas or bad ideas. They're like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
That means you shouldn't use it. But when somebody says that, oh yeah, but he was a racist, we shouldn't adamantly oppose that.
I'm not adamantly opposing anything.
Oh, I thought you were.
I'm adamantly opposing people to try to debunk the theory of evolution with that crap.
No.
So since you're not doing that,
I'm not.
then okay, you're off the hook. But we just had the other night a person came up here with that. Remember?
I'm not trying to debunk the theory of evolution. I mean, you gave an example of the peppered moth and the
you
black
learned
moth.
something today, huh? You like that? Did
Yeah,
it help
it
you
was
out?
good. I always microevolution.
No, that wasn't microevolution. Stop.
Wait a minute, it was microevolution.
It was not, man. When the whole moth. Oh wow.
But it happened in a short period of time. It's microevolution.
No,
right?
bro. No, man. No.
But microevolution is the change. Is that change over a short period of time, right?
No, you got that wrong.
It's not. It's not microevolution. Right. That wasn't microevolution. What you showing?
No.
What was it?
Evolution.
Evolution.
Yeah, it was evolution on the micro in the micro scale, though, right? That's what it was.
All evolution is microevolution.
It's not. All evolution is not microevolution.
Yes.
No,
it is a matter of where you look at it. The time span.
You know I'm gonna get you.
Do you agree with that? Do you agree with that? All evolution is micro. All evolution is microevolution. Do you agree with that?
No, the difference between microevolution.
See, Cedric, he said
macroevolution is just size, yo. The size
and time. It's time, right?
It's the size, yo.
What do you mean the size?
It's size, meaning micro meaning small.
Yeah.
Macro meaning large. That's the difference. It's all evolution, though.
But it's not.
You can't have one without the other.
I know, but all microevolution is not evolution. Evolution is not all microevolution. Is what Cedric was saying. And you say you don't agree with that.
No, I wasn't even listening. I'm trying to find this thing.
So you're doing that. You're doing that pit pat against one against the other.
No, I'm not trying to.
If I make a mistake,
I
don't mind. Hey, look.
Sometimes you gotta. Sometimes you just gotta. You know.
I wasn't listening. I'm trying to look at something. I'm trying to find
something.
something. No, I'm just trying to find something. Hold on. You want to know? I'm saying it's the same. It's just the difference. Fundamental difference is the size, man. So the size.
The size of the species, or the
just the size. Period. So you get microevolution on a demi level, yo. Micro, small, demi level. But those changes express itself, right, in the macro. God dang, like the color of somebody's skin, right? Okay, on a smaller level, that change has to occur. On the demi level, bro, I know you get that, yo. You trying to be funny right now.
No. Microevolution has to do with how much time it takes for something to change, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't.
Oh no. You say what? It must have went off with the phone. Let me find this, man. Let me get right to this question right here. Don't worry about it. Go ahead, get in.
Shalom. All praises to the Most High in the name of Yeshua, man. What's going on?
Shahawa. All praise to the Most Low.
No doubt, man. Everybody got their thing, I guess. But
yeah, everybody got their thing. I like the Most Low, because by the time I say the Most Low becomes Most High. By the time I say it becomes Most Low, because
I guess. But I would like to say this. You know, I was just listening to everything you were saying, and it kind of came to me. So philosophically speaking, right, and logistically speaking, meaning how it would play out. Evolution fails really to protect the human species, because you say we're from what species are we?
Humans.
No, I'm saying
Homo sapien.
We're Homo sapien, but we're mammals, right?
Yes.
So is there another, based on that classification system, is there another classification?
No, because they all have the same thing. You can make up a name for it, but they're gonna have the same thing. You can change the whole name, but it still end up with the same thing. Mammals got the same thing.
And we're basically animals.
Yep.
Based on so that's what I'm saying. So based on that, so if you're saying, or if evolution is saying that we're animals with no type of separation of classification or no type of delineation between them.
It is. You're not a frog. You're not even an elephant.
Yeah,
No, but
different
you're saying
different species.
as far as mammals, you're saying
Different
we're
species of mammal.
mammals.
Yes.
We're a different species, but we're mammals. So when you're saying that, right?
You agree to
Like
that, right? No, keep going. I don't want to
no,
give you like that.
no.
You don't
I
agree?
believe we're human beings. I don't believe we're mammals.
You gotta change
Yeah.
the word. You can't say human beings.
I agree that we have those things in common, but
No, you
we're
can't
nothing
say
alike.
you can't say human beings.
So
And make it hold on. If you say human beings, you locked in.
right.
You get locked in. Now you locked
Well,
in. Say something
right.
else. Say you Adam or something.
Right. You schematic. You did me like that last time. Okay, so I'm
Yeah, think
man.
about it. Fuck, just say you
I'm
Adam. You're
mankind.
Adamite. You're Adamite.
I'm mankind, right? So this
Nope, you
my
can't be
question
a
to
man.
you. This is my question to the
What?
atheist, right? So if a person is an atheist, how can they speak against any sexual orientation, deviancy, identification that any person has or promotes, or even to the part of being against any type of ethnic cleansing, segregation, or any type of oppression of any ethnic group, which is self-destructive if you have that type of ideology, because that's what evolution speaks to. If you believe in evolution, you shouldn't have any problem with the slave trade. If you believe in evolution, you shouldn't have a problem with the Rwandan genocide, because it's a quote unquote science, and we're animals. We don't have the capacity to act beyond our nature. So if you're saying that something should curb us, i.e., some type of law, then you're plagiarizing creationism. So I just like your ideas on what you think of that.
Your idea was so groundbreaking and sophisticated that I have no answer for you.
I mean, I'm an idea. I don't even agree with that statement.
It was so sophisticated, and the way you said it, you stumped
Ridiculous.
me. Oh man, I don't know what to
But
say.
I appreciate the question. It's just,
Well, just to make it more clearer,
nobody
what
can.
grounds does an atheist have to speak against a person identifying as a giraffe, or a 6-year-old boy, or uh, one group of people exterminating another group? What science speaks against that? Meaning, what does evolution have to curb that, if not the law? Y'all can unmute yourself.
There's nothing wrong with my mic. I simply refuse to engage.
I can accept that.
All right. So you think because you're atheist, your moral code leave or something? You think religion bring morality into the world? What are you thinking here?
No, I'm asking.
How do I say? Okay, how do I say that homosexuality is wrong? That's what you want me to say?
Right. Not saying that, like, because I believe that, I'm not going
God
to
will tell you that,
condemn.
right? Because God tell you that.
I'm not going to condemn a person who is a homosexual.
You
I'm
sound
going
like
to
you about to.
I'm gonna condemn the lifestyle and the choice that they're making.
Okay.
See, there's a difference. So, as you being an atheist, what gives you the right? Because what I just said, it gives me the ability and the right to say you shouldn't be kissing a man on a corner while you're waiting on the bus if you're a man. You shouldn't be going into a little child's bathroom if you're of the opposite sex. That gives me the right to say that. But what gives you the right to say that as an atheist if we're all animals and everything is basically how do y'all say it? Natural selection.
Man, I think you just said that. Did you smoke some weed earlier or something?
What gives you the right?
You had to smoke some
Tell us
weed.
that first, Gideon. Tell us what gives you the right first.
Yeah. Then we can work from that angle, because I'm thinking you smoking.
I'm trying to understand what gives you the right.
Okay, we could do that.
Yeah,
What gives
let's
me the
start.
right? What gives
I'm
me the right
curious
to
now.
what?
To pass judgment on someone if they're homosexual or transgender. What gives you
Because
the right?
Well, just to kind of sum it all up real quick, you
The
know,
Bible.
the ancient texts of my
The
black
Bible.
ancestors,
The
right?
Bible.
And the ancient texts of my black
Okay,
ancestors
okay. So I
wrote
mean,
that.
you don't have to say Bible, but you know that in your
No,
in
I
your
didn't
ancient
say
Start
that.
text.
lying and
I
shit.
I know, but you
specifically
don't have to
said,
say.
I
Gideon came in and
specifically
started
Let me
lying.
said
finish.
Ancient
Let
the
me
text,
finish.
ancient
black
Don't get
text.
text.
don't get
Lying.
The
defensive. Don't get
ancient
defensive.
text. No,
Don't get defensive.
hold on, hold
No,
on.
Lying.
You're
don't get.
saying something I
Why
didn't
God
say.
ain't stop you
No,
from
I'm trying to
lying
get you to
right
say
now? Why the
what
Creator
ancient
ain't stop
text?
you from
Right.
lying?
What
No,
ancient
I'm just
text?
trying to put
How
it
could
in
you
the
make a
proper
What
determination?
ancient
perspective.
text are
What
you
stopped
talking
you from
about?
lying?
I'm trying to put it in proper
I know, but what
perspective to
ancient
the
text?
people
Made
who
that
are
up. There weren't no
blinded by the
proper
lies
lie.
No, but
that
tell
are
me about
said
the
about
ancient.
the Bible.
It was
So
a
I'm being
lie.
real plain and
Okay,
clear,
okay, okay.
hoping you challenge me on what I said
I'm trying to
and not
challenge you.
putting words in my
You
mouth.
won't.
But
I'm
yeah,
not trying
go
to
ahead.
put words, but we call your ancient text the Bible, right?
But I'm
No,
calling
no, no,
it
no, no. I
the ancient
understand, but
text
that's
of
what we
my
call it.
black ancestors,
I understand,
which is a
but
fact.
I know, but we're calling that ancient text the Bible. That's all I want you to say, yes or
Right. But
no.
a lot of people would
Okay, okay, so
associate the
good.
Bible with something that the right
So,
European made, thanks
so,
to a lot of,
so,
pseudos out here,
so in your
which is
ancient
not the
text,
case. Right.
in your ancient black text or black ancient text, I'm not sure which
Right.
should come first. But anyway,
Tomato, tomato.
in that
Right.
text, doesn't it say that God commanded Moses to go and kill thousands and thousands of innocent women and children and babies. Then he told the children of Israel to utterly destroy, or what was that Samuel? He told it utterly destroy the Amalekites, kill everything, don't keep anything, kill. Why is that moral?
Right. So
No,
the
no, it's not
ancient
right,
black
but why?
text, right. And
Hmm.
that's a good question. The
Yeah.
ancient black text that I read,
Hmm.
it speaks about a lot of things. So once you give validity to the story of the creator wiping out the people that you're talking about that's in the Bible, once you give
Hmm.
validity to the story,
Hmm.
you must give validity to the whole story. So
Yeah.
according to that story,
Okay.
mankind on earth was visited, or rather, the angels came down, slept with the women, had children. Those children became the Amalekites, which is the reason why the Most High ordered them Amalekites to be destroyed based on the fact that they had alien DNA within them, which is what we know as the Nephilim.
But what about
That's why.
what about the Canaanites?
You just say anything,
Which
What about the
man.
Canaanites?
Canaanites? The Canaanites that they
Well,
destroyed.
this is what the Canaanites did. See, this is why the Most High tells us to only worship Him or worship Yahweh alone. Because when you worship other gods, you have priesthoods that
Mhm.
associates themselves with that, and in the priesthoods of the Levant, Canaan, Egypt, Carthage,
Yeah.
the
Okay.
temple was filled with a lot of prostitutes.
Yeah. I don't know what
You would
temple you're
have
talking about
sex
now.
with those prostitutes, and
That's your man, Ron.
from that surplus of children, and you had children that came from other places as well that was directly sacrificed to the god. They would sacrifice those children to those gods. So the Most High ordered us to destroy those people that
Hmm.
practice those things. And as far as the children that you want to include into that, which
Hmm.
I will not exclude. Again, if we're giving validity to the story, we must give validity to the whole story. The
Yeah. I
whole
mean.
story is the Most High controls life and death. After this life, there is an eternal life. So the
Yeah.
Most High taking out those children, or matter of fact, anyone, is only one phase to what we call our whole existence.
So it
So
didn't matter.
yes, so the Most High did destroy the whole Canaanites, wiped them all out. You must understand why, and that was the reason
Yeah.
why.
So, but you're saying that's moral, though.
Yes, I would say that's moral.
Okay. So if the Most High told you today, Gideon, you know, your neighbors, they're homosexuals. I want you to go over there and kill them. You would do it.
No, because the Bible already speaks about that.
No, but
It
you would go
tells
kill
me to
them.
it no explicitly tells us to pray for them.
No,
So if you
no,
was to read the
no.
Bible, you would see it's saying the exact opposite of what you're saying.
All right, let's get out the Twilight Zone for a minute.
Right. So answer my question about what gives you the
Wait a
right.
minute.
What gives
answer it.
any? I'm just saying. Let's
I'ma
get back
answer
to
it
the
right now.
point.
No
Let's
more
get back to the
questions. No more
point.
questions.
When you're
We listened to
watching
you for
TV,
20 minutes.
when you're
No,
watching
he asked me the
TV,
question. Hey,
and
Gideon,
you
you don't
see a
gotta
lot
answer
of
Gideon. Gideon, you
homosexual
don't gotta
propaganda
Gideon.
on
You don't gotta
TV.
answer no
No,
more,
because
Gideon.
we're
What
not.
gives you the right
We're
as an
not at
atheist?
Gideon, I'm
no,
going to
because
answer
we
the
don't
question,
speak
Gideon.
that language over
Scientifically
there.
speaking.
Gideon,
Keep
I'm
that
going to
hate,
answer the question.
Speaking.
Hey, Juju,
keep
let me
that
answer
hate
the question.
speech with yourself.
Y'all
Take
run
that
into
Malachi
religion.
York
I'm trying to run away
bullshit
Hey, I
from
got
out
him.
religion
Hey,
right
Juju,
now.
I got him. Hold, relax, Gideon. Everybody
Not doing
relax.
that.
All right, I want to answer the question. I want to let you get all it out so people. So I wanted Ron to feel the effects of your foolery, so he understand how we felt. That's why I let y'all get back and forth. So,
Okay.
what gives me the right to make determinations against certain behaviors? It would be my upbringing. It would be the way I was raised in my household. And so I was raised in my household, right, to treat everybody the same, yo. Right? Don't disrespect the person is not disrespecting you. Right? So just because the person is a homosexual, right, they have not disrespected me, so then that's their private business. I don't got a right to tell a person what to do.
What about laws?
Right? I just got a right to tell myself what to do. Right? So the way I was raised was people are people, bro, and they do different things, yo. I don't have a religious idea on that. I don't have a moral code on who a person is sleeping with. That's up to them, what they want to do. I know how I treat my household, right? And what I do in my household, how I raise my kids, don't have to fit everybody else. Simple as that. Now, as a human being, I can judge behaviors. See, and I judge that behavior, a behavior I would not partake upon. That's my judgment. That's something I would not do. That's something I would not teach my kids to do. That's how I feel about it. But there may be other households that don't have a problem with that. And I'm actually fine with that. So whether I'm an atheist or not, it's my upbringing, right? This shows me how I'm supposed to treat situations when I run across other humans that don't live the way I live, brother. So that's my answer to it, Gideon. So now the question is, what authority are you seeking or that you use, right, to say what you're saying? What gives you the right?
Right.
He just said it's Bible.
You grew up in a family of atheists?
No, my mother was a Christian, but she questioned the Bible outright. She's like, I don't believe everything in the Bible. My father didn't believe in it. He never went to church. My grandmother went to church. I first went to church every Sunday with my great grandmother, and that's when I realized it was complete nonsense. Because when I was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the same goddamn picture was behind a preacher with some white people and white angels, and I was like, that's wild. I never got the connection with God like that because it didn't look like me. And I was always the questioning little dude. And I was like, I just didn't have the vocabulary or the intellect at that time to put it together. You know what I'm saying? To make it, but it just didn't make sense. This thing was just didn't vibe with me. And that's okay. But watch this. What vibe with me was when everybody started making it black as I got older, right? So that's when I was really susceptible
your ways.
to saying, no, I started being susceptible like you. The black dot, read about the black Hebrew. I did that. I did all that. But that made me susceptible. And it's not until I got the advancements of science and scientific thinking and inquiry that I have the ability to weigh out my options.
Right.
And make clear decisions on, hey, man, I learned about why your skin is this. I learned the way why people treat. I learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? Being scientifically literate gave me a true balance in life, bro.
No doubt.
Prior to that, yo, I'm like, look at you. You talking about the black Bible? The black? What the hell you talking about?
Right. Well, let me ask you a quick dive. This is something that don't have nothing to do with this, but I could probably learn something, from your insight on this.
Too, yo, you got the hate speech, yo. Stop.
No, let me ask you this.
Yeah,
you got any children?
No
how
more
did Europeans
comments. Are you listening?
How,
Don't say
how
nothing
did Europeans?
are you listening? Don't say nothing about no homosexual people.
Oh, he
don't
off that
do
now.
that. Don't do that.
He gonna say something. Let him say. He gonna say something crazy.
The only thing I've said, I said I have nothing against homosexual people.
Stop mentioning it.
No, you don't. Why you do all that?
So your way, your way is to avoid and to censor. You sound like the Catholic Church, but neither here nor there. Oh, I say
Because
the
I know I ain't
European.
spend 20 minutes on level 10 on a damn bike, sweating to death to listen to you the whole 20 minutes. I'm
Right,
pissed off.
right. I say,
I'm pissed. Don't ever do that, Bobby Banger.
I had to go get my.
I say the European got its white skin from being in the Nordic region for thousands of years. Would you say that is kind of correct, close to correct, or all the way like wrong?
I don't know about the thousands of years part, but yeah, they got they
Well, you
got
know,
they,
you let the
Europeans
white man
ones
tell
come
you
in.
hundred millions of years and all that. They done separated themselves from the nigga. I'm being very kind of curt with my language because it's kind of easy to get across to all levels. So yeah, that's like, you know, like I say it's a couple thousand of years, but you know, the European, they like to say it's more like a million of years. You know, we ain't been in
Might better know
Africa for a million of
Mentality,
years and all that
logic
stuff.
on out of here.
Right,
We ain't trying to hear that shit.
right.
No, bro, it might not have taken
But I
1,000
see
years,
why you
but
the
yes.
leader of this group, Ankh. You the only one that stepped up to the plate and answered the question. And I would have to respect your answer. You know, basically your childhood, your innate upbringing that's, you know, subconscious in your soul and in your spirit tells you that, you know, seeing, you know, two men or two women tongue kissing on
Bro,
a street
stop.
call
Stop.
is
We're not
wrong.
doing that. Because you're the
saying it's
first
wrong
one to
for me
We're
in my
sit
life,
back.
bro.
scientifically speaking,
You're
my
going to be the
sister. How
first
am I
one to
being
That's
sit
not
offensive?
around
that's not no
and
science.
watch
That's not a
a
scientific
pornographic
judgment, though.
video with two
That's
lesbians. So shut the
anthropologically
hell up, boy.
speaking.
Get up out of here. Get out of here. I don't want to hear that shit. Shut up.
My sister,
Told you not
Hey,
how
to
am
yo,
sit
I
cussing. Hold
offending
on.
you?
We ain't
You
cut. Hold
curse my
on.
God every day. I don't jump out the
Man,
window and
listen. Hey, get in.
I
Hey,
hear
get
that. You
in.
gotta be calm, my sister.
Hey, get in. You know what I'm hearing here, get in.
What's
When it
up?
comes to talking to the woman, you get a little tough, yo.
Yeah, but I'm real curt with a woman, especially when we
That's that's interesting.
yeah,
Yo.
I don't tolerate certain things, just like
From
with
a
a
woman,
man,
huh?
but from a man
Wow.
either. But you know,
But you tolerate more
it's
from me than a woman.
But you'll
nah,
tolerate
because you're
lesbian
not
porn.
gonna
I
come
bet
at
you
me like
that.
a woman
I
would.
bet you when they put on
A
lesbian
woman will
porn, you
come
ain't
at
talking
you
about condemning that. I bet you
right.
that.
See,
I'll
a
put
man.
every penny I got on that.
See,
So get
we
up
as
out of
men,
here with that hypocrisy, bro.
we know if we come out
You're a
out the
hypocrite.
side of our face
The
in front
Bible
of each
talks
other,
about being a
it's going to be a
hypocrite, don't
certain
it?
way. But
Bible
a
talks about
woman,
being a hypocrite,
she
don't
knows
it?
she have certain liberties.
Yeah, it talks
So,
about
you know,
being a
I
hypocrite.
try not to even open that can of worms with her. I got an old lady, but I do that with her if I want to. Especially when Sister Juju is bringing it to a level where she just talking like she got on an ape. Look, but yeah, so it's different,
Your
you know, it's
mother.
different.
Your
Right.
mother.
See
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
wow, I mean,
Hey, y'all gotta watch
yeah,
y'all language, yo.
you gotta curb, you gotta, you know.
Y'all done.
I'm gonna bring some Florida water for you next time you come over here and sprinkle that on you.
Why y'all? What did I miss something?
Unc, you saying y'all, and I can respect that, but it's all her, man. If you was to look back at the data, you'll see it's all her, my brother.
Yeah, I don't like hate speech. We don't do that on Civil
Okay,
Killers
I'm sorry. What
platform.
was the hate
We are
speech?
inclusive platform, meaning no matter what ethnicity you are, if you want to call it race, whatever religion or non-religion you practice, whatever you choose to do behind that closed doors, we're not questioning you or give you a questionnaire to see whether you're a homosexual or heterosexual. We're not doing that.
Right,
So
my sister,
don't
which is
bring
why I
that
didn't
to the
condemn it.
Thank you,
table.
Juju.
But you
Thank
did.
you,
You
Juju.
continuously said it over and over after I told you to stop.
I did not
Use
condemn
another
it.
example.
I asked, scientifically speaking,
that's not no scientifically.
It's not
what
science.
what gives a
in
person?
nature,
Yeah,
you have same-sex copulation happening in nature. It's not
that's
reproducing, but it happens.
that's a religious stance right there. You make it, bro. It's not a scientific stance.
I'm saying
it is, buddy.
What right
they are attracting
do
a
you
couple of
have
dolphins right
as an
now, or
atheist
penguins.
to
One of
speak
them,
against the
and they're both
promotion?
males. And they've done a whole study on this. Okay.
So let me change. Let me change this.
One example.
Let me change the certain
You won't let me
example.
speak. Why do you have to keep interrupting when I speak?
Because I was speaking first, but go ahead.
We got this conversation and went somewhere. Let's hit the Cash App. Go ahead, Juju. You was gonna say? Let's make a Cash App withdrawal, or Cash App draw, end draw. Go ahead, Juju.
Like, what, like scientifically speaking,
There's no scientific.
what was wrong about what King Leopold did?
What you mean? What was wrong with it? Your moral compass.
Okay, platform prop.
What is that?
Huh?
What is that?
A morality doesn't come from your religion, it can, yo, but it comes
That's
from.
why I'm asking you. What it comes from?
But morality comes from human beings making decisions about certain behavior, and your morality code is based off of what the clan decides, yo.
Exactly. So what if a clan
What the
decides?
individual decide?
Right.
Individual
So
can have a moral code opposed to his clan. Right? Is what's the word I want to use, Juju? It's not scientific. It's
subjective. Okay, all moral codes are subjective.
Yeah,
however,
subjective,
once you establish this moral code, for example, you don't want to do anything that is going to diminish the value of life, right? Once that moral code is established, which is subjective, we can use objective parameters to measure that. So killing babies wouldn't be beneficial to the flourishing of life, right? Chopping my head off while I walk down the street for no particular reason wouldn't be beneficial to life, right? So these are the ways in which societies establish their moral codes. Yes, it
Planned
is.
Parenthood and the millions and billions of dollars that's funded to it would say otherwise. Scientifically speaking.
What you say?
I said scientifically speaking, but
what?
To break it more down, what do they call it? Some type of eugenics. Yeah.
Eugenics?
Yeah, eugenics. Yeah.
What would be
eugenically speaking? Eugenically speaking, the death of babies is a positive for society if it's deemed necessary, i.e., abortion and Plan B and all that stuff. So Cedric, you would be wrong. You would be wrong, Cedric. Use another example, my brother.
You say any damn thing, yo. And who asked about the spotted moss? Was that you, Ron? Where you at, Ron?
Yeah, we're talking about microevolution.
Yeah, that's a classic example of microevolution, Ron.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
All right, I don't want to mess that up. I don't think I said. Did I say it was? What did I say, Ron? I want to always clip everything I say.
I don't know if you said it was microevolution or not.
All right. So human evolution is an example of microevolution and macroevolution.
Right.
All right. There's a reason why. So the frequencies, right, within the daggone genes, you know what I'm saying, over a short period of time. All right. You know what I mean? Like the change in the skin color. That's a form of microevolution. So let me get to it to read it real fast. Where you at, Juju? Let me get you because you hot right now.
Props in the building. Yeah.
And I just want to say, thank you, bro. But I do want to say all races, all colors, all ethnic groups can come to Yeshua HaMashiach and be saved. So I know, but it is some things that I say. It might come across. It might come across.
You didn't stand
and the people I'm speaking with.
You didn't actually stand on it.
They would try to frame it. They would try to frame it, and they would try to frame it and make it seem like I'm a racist because I heard that thrown out. But that's not the case.
Gideon, you got a little soft there, bro. You end up having the same stance about homosexuality as me. I said, yo, that I'm saying I don't put a value judgment on that.
No,
is that what you said?
I'm quite sure you probably feel the same way. But I'm saying
I said I don't put a value judgment on it.
As an atheist,
I said I don't put a value judgment on it. I don't value it either way. That's somebody else's personal behavior on what they're doing.
Right.
Are you saying God told you it was wrong? I want to make it
as you sit there and chew on it, ponder on it, and come back. Right, you're taking on as we speak, but that's what I want you to do.
I always said that though.
No, this is what I'm saying.
No. It's my turn to ask the damn question.
Go ahead.
Is it wrong?
Right, go ahead. Say that is what wrong?
Homosexuality, is it wrong based off your God?
Yeah, it's wrong, definitely.
All right, there you go. So you place a value judgment on that, right?
If that's what you want to call that, yeah.
Okay, so guess what? Then you got a wild God because God made everything. Then He made homosexuals. He could have just took it out the plan. That's why we don't do it.
That was a setup. That was a setup.
That's why you got a wild God. God could have just made everybody not doing it. So no, I'm talking. It's my turn now. I got the gun, bro.
Right.
It's Atheist Friday. I'm not gonna sit get up here with the malarkey.
Right.
Matter of fact, what Juju said, you one of the same people to go home and watch two naked women. Do you place value judgment on two naked women being together? Gideon, do you watch that? Have you ever watched that, Gideon? This is where the rubber meets the road. Yes or no, Gideon?
That's
ready to run.
It's a lot of things.
Getting ready
The
to run
Bible
now.
speaks against that.
He already answered.
I asked you a question. You didn't answer it. Thank you. You proved my
Me
point.
personally, I really don't like seeing two women do anything.
You really don't like, really don't, or you don't.
Yeah.
I don't hear you say you don't. I'm absolutely.
Yeah,
I didn't hear you
that's
say
why
I'm
I said
absolutely against that.
Yeah, I'm against it totally.
Oh,
But
now
you kind
you
of like
is.
it, though.
I'm
Have you ever
totally
watched
against
it? Do you like it?
No,
Is you there when you see it?
I don't like it.
You don't like it.
I don't watch. Nah.
Have you ever seen it? Have you ever seen it
Bottom
before?
line is that
Yeah, I've seen it in my lifetime.
And what did you think when you seen it?
In my
What do you
lifetime.
think when you seen it, Gideon?
Yeah, it's clear.
What was you
it's clear,
thinking
you
when
know,
you seen it?
You're not any more
I
moral
think
than
it's
anybody else on the
unnatural,
panel.
and I think it's disgusting. Like
It took you a long
I'm
time
not
to
like
get there,
I've never
boy.
been one of those guys that like seeing two
Walking
women.
in
I don't like that.
contradiction, boy. I heard. Hey, geez, you hear him
going off the
crack?
rails.
Crack
You're lying,
Nah, that's
Gideon.
real.
You're lying,
Going
Gideon.
off the
Nah.
rails.
You're lying.
I mean, you want to say that to make the point that
No, we
y'all
done. I
making
don't want to
things
make the
too.
point, yo.
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying.
nah,
It's going off the rails a little bit,
Hey,
guys.
Yeah,
so then why your God must like it because he made it?
Right. So see this now that's what I
He
want to
made
that's what I
all
want
things
to
is possible through Christ. Remember that?
That's what I want
Yeah,
to
because your God could have stopped it. God didn't like it so much that he let it happen. He made
right.
it happen.
That's what I want to
Let's move on out of this area here.
right.
We get you out of here. It's my turn.
Everything that you
Yeah.
criticize was made
What'd you
by
say,
your
Juju?
God.
What'd you say, Juju?
So yeah, let me
Crazy
respond
conversation.
before
What'd you
y'all
say, Juju?
celebrate.
What you call my name off for?
It's crazy conversation,
Wow,
guys.
that's how you know it's a subjective
I
conversation.
know. Let me stop.
It's like
I
Back to
know.
Darwin.
I'm done. We off that. I just had to
saying
get mine back.
You can't play checkers with chess pieces, bro. So let me explain something
No,
to
we
you.
done. No, we out the
No,
conversation. Get
I
what you
just
gotta
need 10
explain. We
seconds.
all gave our answers. It's
I
over
just
with.
need, I need 10 seconds, bro.
You playing Connect the Zero.
You can't
Yeah, we out of it.
present the Most High with a damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yeah, we're done. Yeah, we're done.
If you
You
give,
can't
listen,
present the Most High with a damn thing.
We
right.
present the
Man,
Most
God
High.
did everything. Can we agree to
got
God?
presented
Can we
with a
agree to God
problem.
put the evil in the world? Get in? Yes or no?
So when the
Did
Most High
God bring
gives
evil
man,
into the world? I'm gonna ask you a question. Did God do everything? He brought the evil, he brought the good and the bad. Can we agree?
Right.
Did he
Right.
not? Did he not?
when the Most High gives man
I'm
free
asking you, no,
will,
not when he mad, not
all of
nothing.
these things is what's
Does
happening,
God
bro.
did God create good and create evil, bro? Yes or no?
Yeah.
All right, then. So don't talk to me then.
That's in
the point.
scripture.
But
But you
that's
got
the
to
point.
understand what
But I don't want to
evil is
understand. I can
and
read.
gaslighting.
Good.
And that's
Right.
the problem.
Well, you gotta
But
understand
it's good
that
for
God
me.
created evil, so man
No,
can be evil, and he created good, so you can be good, and you gotta understand. No, I don't understand that.
No,
It makes no
all that
sense to me.
means is
It's googly.
calamity.
No,
When you quote
it
me
means it's googly
verbatim from
golf.
scripture,
It's
which is what
googly
you're
golf.
doing, he's talking about calamity.
I know he's
He
saying. He said
calamity.
I
Right.
invented. He said I do all things. I create the dark, I create the light, I create the evil, all the evil, everything is evil. Did you think is evil? God made that. Everything you think is good, God made that. He did all these things, bro. So
Right.
go talk to God about that.
Right.
Your
So
black God, whatever color God you got.
I'm trying to talk to you, but
No, you not.
the
You
good
flim
thing
flamming.
is,
You feel like you flim flamming now. You
the
think the
good
word
thing
God.
is,
See what you think
there's
is
a
you think
lot
the
of
word
people.
God. Hold on.
Right.
See, he actually think because he uses the word God, that some kind of way excuses bad behavior. That he's claiming that he's the most moral on. Let me say it real slow. He actually thinks that he's on the platform that he can say the word God and it do something to you, lose your mind.
Ooh. Wrong place.
He think because he used the word God, all of a sudden you can have all kind of behavior.
Yep.
Yeah,
See, when I read it and it say I create everything, I say, oh hell no. Sound like a man to me.
Yeah, I mean, he has.
God made everybody and killed and flooded everything out and killed everybody.
Yeah,
God did
He was
that.
upset.
He destroyed the whole world. He
There's no
killed the good
morality.
everybody. God did that. But if I was to change the word God and say Bill went up there and killed all them people, you're like, oh, that's evil.
Oh,
If I say, Bill created everything in this world, he created the good things and the bad things, then he killed everybody. You'd be like, oh.
Bill a lunatic.
But when you be a lunatic, you be a daggone, what's the kid, Jeffrey Dahmer type of dude. But if you put the word God on it, all of a sudden it get deeper. Oh, God, I had a reason for it. Get out of here with that, man. The most high. The most wildest person ever introduced to the human race. The most high. Come on, bro. You playing, Gideon. Go play somewhere else, yo. Go play in the street with a blindfold on, yo.
The Most High exhibits the most lowest moral compass. First of all, he stands on the principle of having someone else pay for your sins. And on top of that, he sacrifices his child instead of himself. That's the lowest standards of morality you can ever have. Every man should stand for his own. And if the situation warrants sacrifice, I'll put myself in front of my kids. Never would I put my child in front of me. So your God has no morals whatsoever.
None.
So God did the trolley car experiment. He pulled the lever for himself. Right?
That sounds familiar. That sounds familiar. Hey, but yo, hold on. Hey,
yes.
He said God gave man free will.
Right.
Then if all the evil that man do is involved in free will, then who made the free will and gave it to man? Ain't it God still?
It's still God. Always all roads lead back to God.
The fundamental point is
definitely egomaniac.
God could have not put evil in the world and it would have been done.
It would have been over with. Yeah. Matter of fact, God could have told everybody his name from the start, and we would have never mixed it up.
Yeah, we know this stuff is,
Hey, Gideon, you gotta stop that, yo. Gideon, Yada Israel. Knock it off.
Knock it off.
Yeah, man.
So besides me not being able to answer one question,
it killed you.
You get galloping. Like everybody's
what
galloping.
What the gift galloping mean? What it mean?
I'm glad you asked that because I hear a lot of people say that and they totally use it out of context.
Oh, you heard me say it though, didn't you?
It's galloping.
You got it when I got you that day back on Garfield platform many moons ago. You remember that, don't you?
This galloping is when Ankh asks one question, I try to answer, I can't answer. Then Cedric asks one question that's totally separate from what Ankh asked me. Basically, when a person or persons asks dozens of questions repeatedly after another, and then tell a nigga you got 2 minutes, that's gish galloping.
That ain't there, yo. Get out of it.
Right. So, all right. Well, go ahead. Explain what gish galloping.
I'm not getting into it. I'm telling you what it
is. Let me just sum it up, and I'm gonna deal with the person that made the thing, the statement of. Okay, so when I say the Most High gave man free will,
we're not
and that free will gave man choice to the brother that brought it up.
Hit the like button. Hit the.
Explain not only to me, to everybody who can comprehend what you're saying. Explain to me how a God or a creator gives a person free will without having consequences attached to that free will.
What?
Brother,
how can you give someone
that
because he said God gave this man free will.
I didn't say that.
So
you said that.
The man made this choice,
that, bro.
And even though the man made this choice,
bro,
God gave this man free will.
That's
so it's
your
God's
talk,
fault.
homie. That ain't my talk. That's
okay.
Your
Well,
talk.
Repeat what you said.
So now let me
repeat nothing,
so
bro.
let me address.
All right,
let me address what you said. Let me address what you said.
I can't keep answering. I can't keep. Bro. Shalom to you.
Salami, man.
Hear your concept of free will, Gideon. Hey, dude, there's 2 doors, and you can go out of any one that you want.
He fell out the back door. The back door opened up, and the wind sucked him out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it was the question of the 2 women that
better hop out of there. That question killed him because he the one asked the question.
Hey, Ron, he faded down the stressor. They I don't like it. I don't like
he faded. Yeah, it's you can't defend. It's indefensible. So it's hard to have conversations with people that are
Yeah, that was a good one.
that are staunch religious like that. Can't.
With the real Gideon, please stand up.
I was about to say that, but I didn't want to say it.
Opposite ends of the spectrum. How? Anyway,
I didn't understand I think his point was about morality, right?
The idea of free will and consequences exercising that free will eliminates the idea of free will. That's like telling me there's two doors, you lock one, and the door that I'm forced to choose has a big dog behind it ready to bite me. Like, how? How does that make sense?
We still lose to a lunatic God that give you a goddamn door with a dog behind it.
Exactly.
Crazy.
They're tying their morality to their religion. But if you think about all the religions in the world, they all have different codes to live by. So you can't say, oh, well, I'm a moral person because I follow God's laws. Well, what laws are you talking about?
The one where I blow myself up for
yeah, exactly.
Virgin.
Exactly. For what is 96 virgins or whatever that is.
That's in Islam.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, but even in Christianity, I mean, there are those 700 some odd laws in the Old Testament. You can't. It's impossible. They could never follow them. So I don't know. I think it's just kind of.
But that's the whole idea. You create laws which are impossible to follow, and then you have the Feast of Atonement, where the people bring you all their stuff, the best of it, because God is now forgiven them. You have the bird ceremony. It was the hustle of hustles from way back when.
You say the hustles of hustles.
But I don't think these guys are even. I don't think they're out there sacrificing goats and lambs and things like that.
No, I didn't say that.
Maybe on a barbecue. Maybe they're barbecuing.
I didn't say that.
No. Yeah.
I'm
saying
they
ain't getting close to it. They forsaking their God. They know damn well you could go to jail doing half of that stuff. They know
there's no way. It's impossible.
Right. So they change it, act like they don't know what it is. Y'all know what it is.
Oh yeah. I mean,
get out of here. So yeah, I'm gonna put this super source in here for y'all, man, on the Pepper Moth, man, so we get all that straight, man. All right. Appreciate you adding to the conversation. Gideon, Cedric, and Ron, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna drop off, guys. I appreciate the opportunity as usual. Thanks.
Yeah, appreciate you diving into, man.
Yeah, we'll have more conversations in the future.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Appreciate you, man.
Take care.
All right, man. All right, man. Hit that cash app going out the door, man. Hit them like buttons, man, to get us through the algorithm, man. I appreciate everybody that came through, man. Hey, Cedric, always a pleasure when you come through, man, and get to the discourse, bro.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Atheist Friday, you know how to get one in.
Atheist Friday. We get back next week, and we're gonna stay away from all the homosexual references.
Yeah.
Man. He changed his stance, yo. He got scared to hold it down. He got he want to say, hell no, I don't give it up. He got scared. Boy, say what you say, boy. I ain't gonna never let another person tell me what it is.
I bet you ain't gonna say that in your cousin's face when he come around Thanksgiving, though.
Oh man, in front of the family. I don't, Greg. I'm not gonna eat. Yeah, right. Nobody's even looking for that, yo. That's crazy, yo.
Yeah,
crazy. But you know how humans do. Humans do as humans do, man. Appreciate everybody, man. Get in. I appreciate you again, right? Man, hey, Juju, drop that server link, man. Y'all get in the server, man.
Yeah, getting the server is fun.
We was always smart, man.
Ain't no hierarchy in evolution.
There he goes again.
What? Oh, you'll get in having fun.
He keeps making that false claim that scientific racism is based on the concept of hierarchy within evolution. Evolution doesn't have a direction. Evolution doesn't even have a direction, let alone a hierarchy. Get out of here.
Exactly. I had to run. I was like, yeah, I'm going to run from you.
Yeah, yo, we had all that, man. Hey, man, y'all listening to Atheist Friday, man.
Bobby Banger from the block, seen it all raw tough. Streets of Baltimore where survival's always rough. Joined the Marines fighting for a life he could save. But back in the hood, he felt like a runaway slave. Started an army, not of guns but of wisdom. I'm a rock squad, truth the anthem, we ain't just a God killer. Bobby Banger on his path for the truth. Empower the people, give them wisdom as the proof. Black power rising, knowledge shines like a light. He's fighting for the future, ready to ignite. Selling drugs on the corner just to put food on plates, but deep in his heart, he knew he had greater fates. From the traps to the lab, he fights ignorance raw, teaching evolution while shaking up the law. The real black atheist is changing the game, waking up minds, never the same. God killer.
Hey man, that video was brought to you by On Doom Productions, man. Appreciate everybody came through, man. The Black African Power, man. Pseudo Killers on deck. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, man. Appreciate everybody, man. Man, look, the signs is a tool, yo. The levels, the playing field. Appreciate all the people that support me. Appreciate all the donations. Appreciate my long-term followers. All the Pseudo Killers, man. Join the server, man. Juju can put the link there, man. She's my constant co-host. Appreciate the work. And with that, we out. Pseudo Killers on deck, man. Atheist Friday.